Okay, streaming. Okay. See if Chop will get on this morning. There's my buddy. This was like, I'm talking, I don't know. Well, actually, no, this was, yeah, no, this was in the evening. Yeah. Because we were heading west. You can see the sun kind of getting low. Yep. See, this action camera, it was alright. It just wasn't, you know. Here, let me get this, little screen out the way. I'll shrink that way on down. So I'm way down at the bottom corner here. But I'll be alright. Nobody comes here to look at my ugly ass face. It's not receiving the video. It'll probably straighten out. Okay. What's up, T-Man? Good morning. It's my Friday night. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm weirdly off work. Normally I'd be working, but I'm off. So yeah. This was a trip I took with me and my buddy. He's the one, like I said, he had a GoPro on his chin. I had this old cheap, the one I'm actually filming myself with right now. I had that with me on my chin. It had died not too long after this, and I had it plugged in, but I guess it got unplugged somehow. I remember I was having problems out of the socket over here. It was just, you know, the plug would work out. Anyhow, it died, and his camera, he had turned it off once we got out of this trail, and it was this trail that we got out of that I crashed. I hit a deer. I miss this old bike, dude. This is the first time I had a KLR. This is my first time ever having a dual sport motorcycle, and I'm gonna tell you, dude, it changes everything about you. You know, I normally rode just always street bikes and shit like that, man. And then it's like once I got a KLR, I ended up meeting. So this guy here, I don't want to throw his name out there like that, but I ended up meeting him on the road. He was on another dual sport, you know, and we got to talking at the gas station because we both pulled up there to get gas. And, shit, we just started riding after that, dude. Now we're good friends. From him, Roberto. I do those trails on my mountain bike. Howdy, Steven. What's up, brother? How's the truck show going? How did it go? Oh, Steven, T-Man's a moderator on another channel. I subscribed to the channel. T-Man, what was the name of that channel again? It had an interesting name to it. Hold up. Truck show was great. Mild diesel poisoning. Oh, that's fine. Makes it worth it. You can't return scot-free. You gotta leave some lung tissue there. So I know the footage isn't the greatest because again, it's this camera. It didn't have good stabilization, and I think the only reason it's kind of stable in the video is the software I used. Let's say I used some type of editor. I forget which one I used. And it stabled it out. Otherwise, this shit right here was so shaky and all over the place. And it still is. That's the only reason it looks kind of half-ass decent. Yep. But it works great as a web camera. Maybe get you a GoPro. Well, yeah, right. I have a GoPro. GoPro sucks. This was towards the end of that 6-hour trail. If I'm not mistaken, there's still an SD card inside this camera that still has the rest of this trip on there. Or most of this trip on here. Because this is towards the evening. This is like right before the crash. because we were getting at the end of this trail. See how it opens up and everything? We were getting to the end of this trail, and we popped out on the road, and it wasn't long after that. Boom. Yeah. What temperature were you looking for? Looking for again? I like music. Or type of music. Shit like metal, shit like that. GoPro does a better job than this. Oh yeah, it does for sure. GoPro does. I mean, I'm not knocking that. The camera footage is awesome. I have a GoPro Hero 10, but it's getting it to work with anything else, dude. You gotta have GoPro shit to make it work, and even then, their shit's just spotty. Camera quality, awesome. The overheating is definitely an issue. There's ways around it, but it's just janky ways around it. You gotta take and remove the battery. Hope you have a power supply strong enough, a strong enough cable to keep it fed. If it lapses in power at any point, it's off and you lost your footage. You know, anything you're recording after that. And sometimes you won't even know. Like, let's say you jump something or whatnot, and it comes unplugged, or it, you know, just like loses like a second of power, it shuts off. So you'd like to have a battery in there to pick back up, but you can't because it'll overheat. It sucks. I can't remember who I referred you to. I record. He does music and whatnot. You said you was a moderator on his channel. Yeah, you can see all the hangout spots over here. But yeah, dude, he said he was a moderator. You said he was a moderator on his channel. But he like has a bunch of guitars and shit. You know, I was checking him out. He has an interesting email. Let's see. Yeah, remember Stan? I crashed this bike, this orange bike, KLR 650. Yeah, they're very proprietary. Yep. But yeah, dude. Seen people put ice bags around their camera. Yeah, dude, it's pitiful, and I mean it gets hot. But yeah, I even have the video of the aftermath, like kind of going over the bike, and I swear, dude, the KLR is such a tough freaking bike. Because after all the shit that it went through from that crash, it still rode 3.5 hours home. And even in the video that I was doing showing the aftermath, I was looking at the video, I was like, in person it looks a lot worse, but in video it does not do it no justice. It actually looks pretty good in the video. But I will say this, a KLR will take a licking and keep on a ticking. It didn't leak not a drop of fluid after hitting that deer. And I hit that deer at like 55, 60. I didn't even have time. Like I said, we rounded this bend. We're rolling, dude. We were sitting there just enjoying these twisties. And when I come out that bend, we was on pavement. It was 11% grade. I remember because we come around that bend, and that's when we got the sign, 11% grade. You know, use lower gear for semi trucks and all that. So anyhow, I start going down that grade, and it was just right there, and it was the only straightaway in that whole ass mountain. So I got lucky there, and sure enough, it was like slow motion after that. That deer shot out, and my front tire hit his neck right there. His body swooped around, smacked the where my pegs, my lower case and all that is, you know, knocked me onto a low side, which is good. You'd prefer low side over high side any day. I slid for a good minute. Gravity wasn't in my favor, and I had my leg kind of pinned underneath. I thought I landed on the deer at the time, but according to my buddy, he says that never happened. He says the deer kind of went, whew. I swear I landed on something soft, and I think it was my backpack. So that kind of took the first initial blow. But I still thought it was that deer for the longest time. But anyhow, my leg was pinned underneath for a minute. As I was sliding, I was able to kick away from the bike, and as soon as I kicked away, that's when the bike tumbled. It didn't break my windscreen, though. It missed that when it tumbled. But it sucked. I finally slid to the edge of the road, and I was looking. I kind of stood up, and I was checking toes, fingers, you know, make sure nothing was broke or anything. Had some rash all up here, you know. And yeah. Yeah, Andy Letterman. That's what it was. Yep. See, there's my buddy's bike right there, Stan. GS 1300, I think is what they are. Yeah, GS 1000 or GS 13. I think it was the 1300 though. It's a nice bike. I kick his ass in the trails. He kicks my ass on the road though. That bike will fly, dude. It's got triple horsepower, triple digit horsepower. It's like 130 something horse. So he can wheelie it, off the rip, second, third gear, wheelie it. Kick my ass on the highways. But damn it, we do some single track, my ass has your ass beat. My bike can fit. Your heads are sticking out. Whoops. Video over with. Alright, let's go back and I'll show you the aftermath of the crash. Let's see. Right here. This is where I was talking about it. See, look, the bike don't look bad on video. Oh, I thought this was brand new. No. Oh, the crazy one. One of the drivers in the convoy has an entire collection of dirt bikes. We went riding for a bit in his backyard yesterday. Hell yeah. 1300 is a big bike for trails. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. You ain't kidding. YouTube says y'all ain't even watching. I'm sitting here talking to y'all and it's saying 0 viewers. Yeah, dude. Which the bags kept a lot of this back here protected. So when it gets to the back, you can see how, like, it's not really hurt. Because I had bags. See, I don't do... I cheap out on a lot of shit, And, yeah, it fucked up that pig. Yeah, it looks like the video's froze. Oh, yeah. The rim didn't even warp. That's what's crazy. The rim didn't warp or nothing. You can see where all that scraped on the pavement on the front fender. Knocked all that in. It actually bent that. That's actually on the fork tube there. See those tabs? It actually bent that in. You could tell it was riding kind of wonky. It the frame was bent, but it rode back. That's the big thing. See, now that, if you notice, there's supposed to be a guard over that, over the handles. That guard got ripped off. I saw this bike on the auction, and what's crazy? Some poor bastard bought this bike thinking it was just light front end damage, because that's all they said. That's what they said on the auction site, light front end damage. I had it at a shop. It was completely kinked. I mean by kinked, the frame itself, the cradle was, well, not the cradle, the main neck was kinked over. So whoever bought that bike thinking it was just light front end damage like the auction tried to play it off as, it was not. When I say I smacked a deer at 55, 60 miles an hour, it bent the frame. So some poor bastard out there bought that bike thinking he got lucky. Which he did. I mean, the bike, the engine, everything else had no miles on it. Like I said, this bike only had, 6,000 miles on it. I didn't have it maybe, 7 months at the time. And, yeah. I put 6,000 miles on that bike, or 6,500. It was something like that, and that was it. Boom. Oil change. I mean, when I say I did the oil change on time, like, I ride around the block. When it gets close to the oil change, I'll ride around the block to get it to the exact mileage, just because, I'm OCD like that. Right when it clicks over that exact mileage, I drop the oil out of it, put the filter in, and refill it. Now, I did the whole Kawasaki break-in using their oil, the whole nine. I wanted to be all specific about it. I kept a log on it. The tank actually didn't get hurt. That was a shocker. Again, I think that had a lot to do with my bags. It kept everything off of it. That and these pads right here. Let's see. Oh, well, I'm missing some chat over here. Hold up. I'm watching. Audio's perfect. Video's choppy. It probably is. Again, I'm a noob at this. Yeah, because it was showing it was having a problem. Now it's still... No, it's on this. I gotta play with the settings again. Something's off. Because over here it's smooth. Yeah, you see, this is where I was healing, you know? It healed up nicely. This has been some time after the accident, though, when I made this video. Because I was still kind of waiting for the, for the insurance and all that. It took a minute on the insurance, but they covered it. Proud of that. But Andy will make you laugh, brother. Once you go there, you'll get some more subscriptions. Oh, yeah. Oh, is this your ride? Hey, what's up, Caver? Man, long time no see. Again. Yeah, this is the bike I crashed, Caver. As long as your hand didn't get ripped off, you're doing good. That's right. That's the problem with auctions. Can't trust them. That's right. Oh, here we go. We got the error message. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. I can see. I can tell. It is. It's a picture show. Didn't you know? I'm watching your video, but I'm going to give you some info to get more viewers. Hell yeah, dude. If you went live with Andy, I guarantee you'll pick up so many views. Hell yeah, dude. Nice, and the insurance actually payout is a massive win. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see if we can fix this real time. We got to try to fix this. Okay, YouTube's not receiving enough videos maintaining such views will experience. Okay, open widget. There we go. Which does nothing. Okay. Okay. Stream settings. See, I can't really play with this stuff while we're in it, but, I mean, like, you know, tell me exactly how I could fix that, YouTube. Edit. Let's see, next time I have to make an insurance claim, I'm not calling the insurance company. I'm just going straight. Yeah, I got you with a lawyer. Yeah, I know, dude. I mean, that's why I paid full coverage, man. They ended up paying for it. They actually covered my bags. They covered all that shit, dude. My tires, like, I had just put these freaking tires on here. Like, before this trip, they were brand spanking new. And, they covered them. I was proud of that. Yep. That's that video I did there. I didn't like how GoPro chopped that up, though. Now, let's see. My Walmart special. Let's see. Here's that 14-tooth sprocket. I was playing around in the trails with this one. Oh, and here I am with the power director. I was trying my best at editing. It had the music and whatnot, yeah. And y'all recognize this place. No, dude, they sent it to an auction, and the auction lied. I saw the auction. I like to fell out when I saw it. I was like, "Hey, my bike," you know. But yeah, they lied about it. Said it had light front end damage. I was like, that's some shady shit there, dude. It did not have light front end damage. It had the main neck of the frame was bent. Which just makes me not want to use an auction, because what's the real damage? I know what happened to the bike. The bike got totaled. That's what totaled the bike, because to replace the frame, to replace everything and just swap all the parts over, it would have cost way too much. It costed over a certain percentage, which I think on that insurance policy it was like, if it's more than 40 to 50%, I want to say, they total it. And that's what it was going to cost, because it needed a whole new frame. You know, the main frame. Everything else was fine as far as the motor and all that goes, but yeah, the main neck of the frame had to be replaced, which means the whole frame. And yeah, so they totaled it. And then the insurance auction got it, and they lied their asses off, so somebody out there is riding around having to replace tires left and right. Let's see. Over here, it's a whole industry of claims companies who deal with the entire claim. Damn. Are you streaming off your phone or PC? I'm streaming off my PC, and I have fiber optic internet. It should not be this. I can see it. Look, see, I'm looking at what I'm watching here. Now, it is a little bit, you know, as far as like, you know, because that's just the camera quality that I got. It's this one actually I'm using as a webcam. But I'm looking over here at the actual stream, and it is choppy. I can see it. I'm seeing what you are seeing. It sucks. I would have to end the stream to fix that, though, somehow. But I got to figure out how to fix it. They hadn't told me. And it's saying excellent connection. Viewer activity. Let's see. Stream health. Error. Stream health is excellent now. Make your mind up, YouTube. Anyhow. Same here. Public adjusters and whatnot. So did it wind up going for a oh yeah, that's right, I already answered that. GoPro chops everything up into 5 to 15 minute segments. Part of their proprietary software does serve a purpose, but makes you don't want to lose too much footage if the battery dies. Yeah, but you need editing software to splice it back together. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna invite them. Hell yeah, dude. It sucks right now. We might. I tell you what. Hold up on inviting them. Let's try to restart this stream and see if I can fix some settings, because something's off. Because I'm looking at y'all's view, and it's choppy as shit. Here, I tell you what, here, let's... Well, no, because we're going to be watching shit. We might as well. Transforming a stream from one format to another in real time is very demanding. Maybe. I'll drop mine at low speeds. I mean, let's see. Not working this morning? No, dude. So we had a pregnancy scare, and so they've covered everything. They got James up there right now in Memphis. So yeah, no, they got me grounded. But you need editing software to splice it back together. Let's see. Yeah, auctions are a total gamble. I'm always surprised what guys buy. Yep. I mean, yeah, everything else is still worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I just think it was a disservice that they lied about it. Thankfully, I've only ever dropped mine at low speeds. Yeah, I'm pregnant, dude. I'm giving birth. I gotta drop the Browns off at the pool sometime. Let's see. So I stopped the video. That's not paused for yet. Well, obviously you can see me in the bottom. Let's see. Customization. No. See, I can't do this while we're streaming. That's what sucks. That would be cool as hell, though. Yeah. Auctions are pretty much a complete lie. You're right. Yeah, if it's not the auction lying to you, it's the sellers. Yep. Can't trust anyone. Inspect. Yep. Yeah, because like I said, when it left that shop, man, it was pretty rough. Because I remember what's his name? So there's a guy we know. His name was Cricket. Everybody calls him Cricket. Anyhow, he was actually wanting to buy the bike off the rip, and he was like, "Dude, I like that." And then when he got into it and just saw the damage and all that, and he saw the frame was bent, he ended up just saying, "No, just let it go." And yeah, they offered me to buy the bike back, and that's actually a decision I kind of regret not doing. But it was going to cost, though, man. Golly, they were going to get they were asking $3,500. It was something like that. They were asking, quite a bit to buy it back. But I wish I could have negotiated that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they would allow that. I probably should have asked. If I could have got that bike for $2,500 back, I'd have parts for that other one I had. I mean, I probably would have built something with that motor too, KLR 650 engine. Put it on like that yellow cart or something like that, I need a hot tub. I approach, I tell her, so what's wrong with it? This clothes, I assume they lied about everything and I walk. See, true last bike I sold on eBay, I just did a true warts and all description. Was amazed how much interest it got. For a whole replacement frame, that's a lot of money usually. Yeah, it is. It's my Friday night. Hell yeah, T-Man. So let's see. I wonder if I'm choppy now. Let me see here. What am I trying to do? This right here. So let me do this. Let me pick that up. Okay. And now let me do this. Do that. And let's see. We'll see if it's choppy or smooth. Golly, it's late is what it is. No, it's smooth. I guess it just doesn't like doing the videos, like any videos that move a lot. I bet you that's what it is. I bet. Let's see. Shorts. I've done a lot of these. Flat track. Let's see. I'm going up to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Look, it's early. All right. Exploring the Amish country. Yeah, dude. Gotta leave it about 30 minutes. Oh shit! I've been up through there. They actually have entire factories full of Amish out there. By the way, it's definitely a sight to see. I remember driving the semi truck up there. They sent me out in the boonies, and it's Amish country all the way. Like there's wagons going all up and down the road. You got to watch out for. And seeing the houses, it's kind of cool seeing, because as you're passing by them, you realize, of course, they don't cut their yards like we do, right? They go out there and they'll just keep them kind of knocked down with a scythe, like they're old fashioned like that now. But if you notice, all the houses don't have a power line going to them. This is cool. But what was interesting, the wildest thing I saw was the whole forklift situation. They had reins on a forklift, and that's something I was not privy to. I didn't understand that, but they were running a forklift. They were operating the hell out of it from the back with reins. So I mean, hell yeah, I guess whatever you can find. Hey, there's loopholes around everything. All right. Let's see. I've been in a semi-truck stuck behind them wagons. Yeah. Let's see. I never really had an opportunity to stop and explore a lot. I did stop the semi on the side of the road, one of those roads, to eat at an Amish diner one time. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen those forklifts they got. They had a little platform stuck off the back. I don't know how I'd feel about being behind that heavy ass counterweight, swinging around like that. Ain't no way. There is nothing. You are the meat sandwich of whatever's fixing to happen. They were good at it though. So let's see. Let me bring that back up to speed. Golly, I remember this place. I don't miss it. Look, this is when I put 1,000 miles on that bike. Well, evidently not. Oh, I missed this bike. Oh my god, I missed this bike. I still got the M200, but that Valkyrie, dude. That Valkyrie was an awesome bike. Turned heads everywhere you went. It was different. And a torque monster. Yeah, see, look, it's chopping for y'all. Yeah, so that's messed up. It's like when I put a load on it of some sort, it just gets choppy. Yeah, that's in the settings, I guarantee it. I don't miss the cold, and it's coming again. Wah, get over it. Let's see. Bro, I live in the mountains. Have ever had a natural shower off a waterfall? Oh, have you ever had a natural? I imagine that's what you was meaning. For the sick man. You know you. Yep. Nah, I ain't never took a shower off a waterfall. Bet that's an experience though. To be my luck, there'd be a dead deer upstream, and they would dislodge and follow me right then and there. That's just my kind of look. Let's see. See, these don't move around too much, so I imagine it'll be a lot happier with this. So look at this. So this is something that never happened with Ferenzio. Look at this. Watch. We turn right here, and I'm telling you, there was a long ass time before I got a car. He would just get up there and fuck around. Let's see. Big bears in the mist. Yeah, that would be my luck. I could be out there showering, and right behind the mist there would be a cave. Be a freaking huge ass bear with cubs. You gotta add the cubs. Yep. I'd be a naked bloke out there just trying to run. What are you gonna do against a bear? Nothing. They are the ultimate land predator. They can outclimb you, outrun you, outswim you. You're dead. If it wanted it, you're dead. Polar bear especially, you are fucked. Yeah. Well, let's see. Shower some waterfall in Hawaii. Well, swam in the pool below. It's kind of cool. Oh, cubs make mama bear antsy. Yeah, they do. Yep. I know everybody thinks bears are all cuddly and everything because we've all been kind of, tricked into believing that teddy bears and all this and that. It's just so sweet and nice. They will end you in a New York heartbeat. Now, it's like black bears is a little less likely, but it's still good. They can definitely end you in a heartbeat. They're more scared of you. Now, those ones that get kind of used to you, though, that's sketch. You got some touristy areas where they get fed. But he always makes the biggest mess too, man. Oh shit, hell, y'all ain't seeing nothing. My bad. I'm a noob, of course. There you go. Now you can see it. But shit's happening. Sorry about that. Let's see. So awesome, brother. It's good to know someone is smart. Yeah, dude. I at least know that whenever I step out in nature, I'm bottom of the food chain. To an extent. Now, if I'm carrying, I'm top of the food chain. You just gotta try to catch me quick enough. But no, if you're buck ass naked out in nature, you are bottom of the food chain. It's like when you step foot in the ocean. Why do people swim in the ocean? I don't know. Ain't no fucking way. I'm a land lover. I got legs for a reason. They don't swim. My feet ain't webbed. It ain't gonna happen. And I sink. That's another thing. I can't swim, dude. I don't know what it is. I just sink. I see all these other people, man, they can just float, and just be out there in the water and never tire out, man. If I get in deep water, I sink. I can literally walk into water, walk straight into the deep end, and it just never float. To swim up is just a job. I don't know how people do it. I guess I'm just built different, I guess. Let's see. I don't know about the bottom, but definitely not the top. I swim in the ocean all the time. Ain't no way, Stan. Bottom of the food chain. It's like if we're naked out in nature, here on land, we're kind of bottom of the food chain. There's still some things we might be able to achieve and do to protect ourselves. But in the ocean, you are fat. There's so much shit that can end you in 2 seconds in the ocean. And there's some tiny shit too, man. Some really teeny little shit that'll end you in the ocean. Yeah, I guess I watch too much Australian shit, but anyhow. Let's see. You guys got snow? No, this is an old video, dude. I was just showing kind of what he does, man. He just takes forever, Really swimming in the ocean is the ultimate. Yeah, I don't know. You can't swim. Going into the ocean is a bad idea. Yes. Let's see. A little more belly fat? No, not necessarily that. This was back when I was fit, trying to swim. I can't do it. Now, yeah, I'm married with kids, so you can expect a little bit of a belly. Let's see, I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and there is no snow. No, this is an old video. This is back when it was wintertime. And I was freezing my ass off in this cab. Let's see, and jellyfish if you avoid the painful and dangerous ones. Let's see, I'm skinny, so I have to actually swim. Let's see, in the ocean I can still catch fish and crabs and krill and seaweed. Let's see, you guys have, let's see, you guys have scarier spiders? I don't know. Australia, man. Australia is just a hostile environment, inside and out. So 99% of it is totally fine. It'd be my luck, the 1% is what would get my ass. Let's see, that's what they told me too when I was doing demo work. I took forever. But I got faster every day. Well, you were talking about your pregnancy earlier. Is that you in the cab? No, that's not me. I'm inside this one here, the one that's looking out to it. You're freezing your ass off with an engine 5 feet behind you generating heat. Something wrong with that? No, dude. The engine on this baler is all the way across the baler. It's 50 feet from me. Went to Australia twice and I didn't die. I don't know, man. I've seen some of this shit that's around in Australia, man. There's a guy I watch. He's funny as shit too. He's Australian. Shit. He's always talking about the animals and all that. Calls them nope ropes and whatnot. Calls snakes nope ropes. Alright, baler not excavator. Yeah, at this time, this was Forenzio. Even so, you could probably rig something up. I did. Eventually, I did. I took a generator and electric heater. That was just the best thing to use. You don't want to use those propane heaters because one, you know, you could die. Two, it sweats. Propane's a wet fuel, you know, when you burn it. It'll cause a lot of sweat inside the cab, and you just being bald and having drips of cold water, you know, hit your head just does not feel good at all. But that electric heater, I have to give it that. It'll burn your ass out of there when I got all that set up. It's just there's no room in that cab, which you remember that, Stan. So having a big block heater in the cab and generator on the catwalk, it's yeah, everything's in the way. But you see, this job here, we could have been done, but this is what I would do mostly with Forenzio. This right here, just wait. There was no problem crushing cars. It was just waiting on him to give me cars. And I'm telling you, dude, I kept chasing so loaded up. Like, y'all would have loved that. It would have never stopped. Y'all would have been crushing all day, every day, you know, nonstop. I was going so fast in the excavator, man. I had mud splatter all over the window, everything, dude. I was rolling. It's like it's taking him all this time to pop it. Y'all see how fast I pop a motor out now, right? See, now that I'm going back and watching this stuff, I'm like, damn, dude. Hurry up. I could have had that shit out already. And he had full power at that time. I was doing this shit with half power, quarter power, really. So now he's pulling out motors just to do this. Like, all these cars you see stacked up right here are processed. He just would not take them to me. Well, let's see. Well, let's see. Grab some exhaust from the cars you crush up, wrap a pipe around the radiator, use the radiator to heat the cab. But that's the only downside, that cab rotates. You know, the motor's all the way on the front, the cab's separate from the motor, it rotates. So I couldn't pipe it up. That way you can use the exhaust heat without actually getting exhaust fumes. Ain't plenty of room. Still want to see you build some intact cars. Yeah, but you're a pro wrecker. Want to try popping a motor out? Smart man. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Everything he says, I've been there, I've done that. Cab rotates, but that's all you have, flex pipe. Yeah. Yep. Now let's see. So Forenzio, he always said he had 20 years of experience, man. It's just, I just know when he was doing this, he was dragging it out on purpose. You know, I just know it. See, that video's still buffering, or no, actually that was on my end too. Yep. Yeah, I gotta try to fix that. It's not the internet. The internet's just fine. Buried a front end loader. Now, I've been lucky enough never to bury a front end loader. How do you bury a front end loader? I have 30 days of experience. I think I can go faster. Yeah. Yeah, he was just riding the clock. That's all he was doing. Dude, this poor old stream, man. Drive it into a pond. man. Bet that was hell to get out. So, at home base, I know y'all seen that hill that I go down, right? On the right side of the shop. So, I've had the front end loader down that hill before when it got a little rainy out. Anyhow, I've had it slide on me. I've had to get out of that, but I've never actually had it sink down in mud. Thankfully. I've been lucky at that. But you want to talk about eat the damn foam out the seat with your ass. It's sketchy when you're Tokyo drifting a big ass loader. Stream is healthy again. I'm sure it is. This was around the time they were fudging the numbers on the motors that were going in there. Nothing worse than feeling it run away underneath you. No, it really ain't, dude. Well, I'm gonna get going. Got some exploring to do today. Alright, Steve. But good catching up. Good luck with the coming baby. Good seeing you again too, Caver. Yeah, dude. It's nice. It's nice catching up with Caver. Early morning's here, midday there. It's the best time to get a hold of Caver, I think. Yeah, be careful out there, Steve. Try to find one of them forklifts. Take a video of it. See if you can find that Amish factory. You should be able to find one out there. You could try slamming the excavator bucket down on a concrete floor and missing tips. You get up a good 20 to 30 degrees. Yep, they eat my lunchtime. Stew is it's officially fall/autumn here. Yep. And enjoy catching you. Hell yeah, dude. Add the mud up to the cake. Damn! That was a bad day. What was it? What was that video? That really funny one. So we're gonna try to do less fuck ups today. But can we pencil that in for tomorrow? All right, can we start tomorrow, because I think we've already got today's fuck up already penciled in or something like that. We have Mudfest down here in Florida. Doing that in a front end loader would be a blast. I don't know. Front end loader, man, you get a little off kilter, it feels like you're about to go over because you're all the way at the top. That'd be sketchy as shit. Now that sounds like good, messy fun. I think you've been in a front end loader, right, Steve? Because I know when we pick up cars, when I was in the Kentucky job, we was picking up 2 cars at a time. If you ever got like slightly off a small little bump, the whole cab and everything was wanting to tip over. I don't know. It was just a sketchy feeling. I can imagine going down into a butthole. Ain't no way. All these guys out here, man. Got run these front loaders, they'll get all up the side of these hills, picking up cars way up high. Thousand Wonders ain't flipped over yet. What's up, Nathan Kelly? Let's see, how's it going? Where are you, Snow? Yeah, this is an old video. We was kind of just going over some old stuff. Just, shooting the shit. It's more of a shooting the shit stream. But, let's see. I've been in a loader a few times. Yeah, that's right. I ran over a rim. I didn't see with 2 cars on the forks. Yeah, it's definitely sketchy. It was nasty. Took 2 excavators to get a loader out. Yeah, you'd have to dig that thing out, pretty much. It was just a rim, nothing real tall. Yeah, how they do that in the incline is scary. Yes, sir, Nathan Kelly. Yep. I've slid down the hill with a traco before. So, actually, I can show y'all the hill I slid down. Well, you might see it. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's see. Let me go to shorts. You might actually see it in the YouTube shorts. Voila. Right here. Why does it do that? Okay. Let me make sure. I clicked on this video here. No. Yes. No. Hold up. What are you doing? I'll get there eventually. Evidently, it doesn't like me clicking on the exact video. There it is. Okay, so let me stop here. Let me see how the view looks on y'all's end. Let me do this. Okay, this is kind of shittily done, so welcome to my channel. It's shittily done. So let's do that. Okay, so let me wait for it to catch up for y'all, because I think y'all are a little bit behind, I want to say. Okay, so y'all see behind this trailer, right? So off in here, I'm just waiting for y'all to see the mouse. So if you see that white trailer in the background, right in front of that, there is a ravine. So you got this tall tree here. This sits up here on the hill. All these trees back here are about the same height, but they're all down in this ravine. I slid a PC200 Komatsu down that ravine, and we still had a Caterpillar at the time, and that's what ended up saving my ass, was a Caterpillar. It was a big one. It was that one they saved off of the Mississippi River. It actually fell into the Mississippi River off of a barge, and we ended up getting it. We were supposed to scrap it. We ended up getting all the water out of it and getting it running, and still running operated. But yeah, I slid all the way down that hill, all the way to the bottom. Well, damn near to the bottom. Didn't flip over, thank God. You want to talk about still spitting seed out my ass to this day? It was right here. Yeah, wasn't fun. Let's see. Let's see. The walk of shame to go call him. Yeah, boss told me to do it. Oh shit. Sliding in a track was scary. Middle gives you no traction on slick surfaces. Yeah, well, the ground gave way. So this ridge used to go a little bit further out right here. And I was walking along this ridge, which I learned never to do again, very quickly. It only took that one time. That whole ridge actually gave way. And when it gave way, I was sliding sideways all the way down it. It wasn't like my tracks were facing forward. They were sideways. All I could do is spin around and catch, and just try to keep from flipping over. But I went all the way down that, and then we ended up, I was able to kind of straighten myself back up down there. We had to drag the other, because the other one, the tracks were out, the track drive was out on it. So we had to drag it over. Yeah, it drug itself over here to the edge, anchored it in, and used it and some chains to help walk this one back up and out of the hole, or off of the ravine down there. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I mean, if we didn't use the chains, I guess I could have just knocked some trees down and went out to that field and come up the road, but, you know, that's rough on a road. So we ended up just doing those heavy-ass chains we had. Let's see, hey, as long as the poop stays in, it's a win. That's right. Oof. I told them ground was soft, I'm gonna sink. Yeah, as long as you stay upright. Hey, boss, I told you so. Bosses never know. They don't know the job site or the terrain. Let's see. Don't even get me on the safety officers. Ah. Live. Let's see, oldest, or no, here, popular, booyah. 352,000 views. Oops, my bad. Nice, I can give it a little bit of sound, right? Is that too loud for y'all, or is that about right? You should still be able to hear me. I hope it ain't like double talk, because I was talking in that too. Because I can't hear it, you know. I think only y'all can hear it. I still had that phone out. It started failing on me though. It kept dropping the phone left and right, and I was like, damn, dude. Finally had to get rid of it. That's the phone mount that started it all though. Oh, it's gonna be so buggy for y'all. See, okay, I'm having fun, but I am continuing to leave. Catch you guys in a few days. Take it easy, Steven. Let's see, do you guys remember the 330 Caterpillar? That's the excavator that I was running. Oh, yeah. That's a decent sized machine, yep. Ran a Caterpillar 340 this summer. Yep. So, and I'm scared to even ask. Why, sheep? There's some Welsh ancestry here. No, I don't know, man. You talk about the name, you know, how I come up with the name. It was, I don't know, on a whim, I guess. I was trying to think of a good name that was different from what I had. And, yeah, because I was starting to grow the channel at that point, you know, and it has nothing to do with what we do, because the machine stuff kind of happened out of nowhere, you know, and my wife's the one that got me on the machines. I was trying to get that off of there, but here's an I was just messing up. Let's see. I've never figured out how to sheep. Oh man, dude. Yeah, so it's more like a like think before you, like, be a critical thinker, if that makes sense. You know, think before you go along with the herd, right? If that makes sense. So think before you sheep. I don't know, just trying to think of something clever and it just come up. But yeah, yep. Just think for yourself, you know. Do your own thing. That type of deal. I love those big excavators. I'd rather have a big excavator than a small one. Small ones are too fast. I could take someone's head off. Grins, I know. Oh no, you're good, dude. You're good. Big ones can too. You can kill someone real quick. Yes, dude. I saw someone flattened out with the track before, and it was on their own accord too. I don't know why they were under there, but they were under there. Let's see, you gotta put the sheep mascot in your cab or something. Don't be sheeple. Yep, that's the fun with it. Now I get it. Now you get it, Steve. Let's see, small excavators move too fast. You can take someone's head off in a second. Use excavators, they can see it coming. And this is too much fun. I try to keep leaving, but someone says something interesting. 100 excavator track. Wow, they were flat and they were pancaked. They were ground beef. By the time it was all said and done, it was rough. We left. He was a mechanic too. We don't understand what there was underneath that track that could have been done without rotating it to the top. Don't know. But he picked the machine up from the side and got the track up off the ground, and for whatever reason crawled under there. Well, we were all going to lunch. We were all out at lunch, eating lunch, and come back, we got to looking for him. We was like, we can't find him, and we saw the blood coming out from under the track. That means that machine leaked down on top of him, and it just, I don't know what possessed him to go underneath that track.
Worked on this machine.
You know, but he did. It's over with, so ain't nothing I can do about that.
I got the AC working right in this thing.
But
like it's supposed to.
yeah, dude.
We got good air pressure.
Well, it was the hydraulics that leaked down on him. You know, that's why I don't trust hydraulics. But I don't know why. I'm assuming he crawled under there to tighten something. I don't know. Crawled under there, and it's like he got pinned. You know, it was leaking down. The hydraulics were leaking down on him, and he got pinned, couldn't get out. And can you imagine just slowly crushing to death? You know, I don't know, man. I couldn't imagine it. I lost my lunch spot in that. Oh yeah, dude. No, it was awful. It was like probably one of the awfulest sites. Check out my copy and paste for those for the other sites that I'm a mod on. I've trusted hydraulics before. I've crawled up inside of a car pressure for a photo op, for example. Yeah. Probably shouldn't have. Yeah. So that's why I'm very leery about getting underneath stuff, because all it is a rubber O-ring and some O-rings and some lines. That's all that's keeping you from death. You know. That's why it's like there's a guy at this Memphis yard now. He wasn't bad this time, which because he don't work there anymore. But anyhow, he because that explains it. He would get all around the machines, dude. He was too comfortable with machines, and that's just going to get you killed doing that. You know, you never get comfortable with it. As soon as you get comfortable and get complacent, that's when you die. Yep. That's like I'll have some of the guys at the shop, man. Sometimes they do this, or customers especially. You'll turn around like this right here. I'm turning around, I'm focused on what I got, and all that. And, this is where I get into this habit. Sometimes I'll knock the bucket on something because I'm always having to watch for people. Because man, they will walk right up to a machine that's swinging around and shit. I don't get it, You would think, not do that, but yeah, they do it. So you gotta kind of just really pay attention to them. That was a stroller. Let's see. Maybe I should give up on my lunch now. Seeing you're sheeping real good now. Yep, dangerous as long as keep your respect for them. Yeah, dude.
Should I be
I'm
worried?
a wolf.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah.
You know what? Tell your wife to get you all day.
I'm not a sheep. I think first.
I'll leave your butt in someone else's bunker. There was my parents yelling, "Close the fridge!"
Yeah.
All your anger and frustrations. I shut it already.
Yep. Just a good whistle. Can the operator see you? But does he know what you're going to do exactly, dude? I can't whistle, but even so, you won't hear that over demolition noise. Air horn then? Maybe. I'll stand beyond the boom. Wait, yes, that's like, James and everybody who wants to get my attention. First off, they'll just call me, but as soon as I get the call, I just turn around and look at them. But a lot of times, they'll just stand out of the way, and then when I turn around, I'll catch a glimpse of them, see what they want.
So I almost got me a fence a lot, too.
Yeah. Oh, and I found when you're doing these streams, so these are the ones that really do well. If I have enough work to last all day, you know, and I don't get bothered all day, these are the streams that do really well. Because this one had 350,000 views. I was still building my darn my fence, you know, my rake, you know. It's so small though still. And I always walk up on the cab side, never the boom side. Yeah, it's like my favorite one about let's see, about the railroads. The color flag. Do you wave to stop the train in an emergency? Oh, what color flag do you wave? Yeah. Any fucking thing you want. If you're waving like crap, you'll stop. Jesus Christ, my ex-girlfriend knows that I'm off work today, and she's starting to text me. Got to ride in the locomotive cab of a Lehigh Valley Gorge tourist train yesterday. Oh shit! See, I want to ride in a train, dude. That's one thing I ain't done. I've always been around trains my whole life, man. I've never got to ride on one. Let's see. They have a scenic tour that does like a 25 miles up and down. It's like we all enjoy a good bit of car wrecking. I'm going to have to say good night, good day, see you next time. But yeah, take it easy, T-Man. Yeah, I know it's about bedtime for you. Had a nice 75-minute ride with a very friendly engineer. That shouldn't be too hard to arrange. Yeah, me and my wife, it's gonna be hard right now because when the newborn gets here. When he gets a little older, though, that would be cool as hell. You know, because I'd like to do the one that goes out west. You know, just ride that train all the way out there and back. But if I'm to do it, I'd have to have the you know, where you rent the room. You know, that goes all the way out there and back, and they cover everything. But I know that was pretty expensive at the time I looked at it. I was like, that do be kind of high. But that would be cool though. Across the Rockies? I think so. I remember looking. Oh yeah, it's more expensive. Yeah, dude. It was Amtrak, I think it was, and they had a route. But the thing was, you would have to take a train up, you know, to where it starts. I think it starts over there out of Chicago, I want to say. And they got a rail line that runs all the way out west from there, if I remember right. But I want to say it was. You had to take a. It started, like, for instance, we would have to go to our nearest train, you know, station with the ticket. That would run us up to Chicago. When we got to the Chicago terminal, which you might get shot there, but kind of like Memphis. But anyhow, you get to the Chicago terminal. That's when you catch that train, the one with the room and all that, and then that's the one you hop in. And you just pretty much stay on that train all the way out, all the way back in. Yep. And multiplied by 4 people. Oh yeah, that's all I was talking about. It was just at first when I first looked at it, it was just me and my wife. Now it's me, my wife, my son, and my other son now. So. Well, infants may ride for free, still up to until a certain age. The Amtrak has a route that runs more or less parallel to I-80. Yep. Been in the cab of a steam engine train, but never in a big diesel. Oh, y'all are so lucky. Thought you could board closer than that, like St. Louis or something. I want to say this particular one I looked at went all the way up to Chicago, because it started all the way up there and it run all the way out to. I want to say it's been some years since it's been over 4 years since I last looked at that. So the information's kind of hazy. I don't want to tell y'all too wrong, but I remember the starting point was Chicago. Maybe there is one. Yeah, because I guess there is one coming out of St. Louis. That'd be nice. Let's see. Got a shot on the side of the engine compartment too. Low diesel cabs. Let's see. Are you meant? Are you meant to be going? Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, but you guys keep saying interesting stuff. What's up, Charlie Robert? Let's see if you know the steam train from Harry Potter, that one. West Highlands Line. No kidding. Lucky. Goes all the way to Chicago, but you don't have to board it at the end. Stations D. I can't remember. I think this particular line, the one that had the rooms and all that, started. I want to say it had something to do with that. I know you can get Amtrak pretty much everywhere as far as in between, but I think the one with the cars that have the rooms on them, what they call the well, you know, like you actually stay in. It's got its own room, the whole nine. You know, it's got bathroom, the whole like everything. That one was up in Chicago, if I remember right. It might be different now. In fact, hell, why don't we just find out? This will probably be easier on the stream too. Let's see. Amtrak. What do they call them? Stagecoach or something like that? What's it? Stagecoach. No, it's a bus. My bad. Amtrak. What do they call that? Tour, maybe? for seniors. I want to go on a tour. $600. Let's see. Vacations and rail tours. Here we go. Okay. I don't know how well y'all see this. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna nip this in the butt. Let's see. Yeah, the sleeper car, I guess. Is that what they call it? I'm used to hearing about a truck with a sleeper on it, but I didn't know they did that in train term too. Let's see. I don't know. Never rode Amtrak. Yeah, I remember it was Amtrak. Yeah, pure luck. Got the train from Fort Williams, just a normal commuter one, and on the track, the other platform, they were just steaming up for a special steam run the other way. No kidding. Coal fires sure put out some heat. Sure put out some heat. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine having to do that as a job though, shoveling that coal into that hot ass furnace? And I know a little bit about that because we were having to put aluminum when I was smelting, and we used to have to pull the molten, well, I say molten, it was glowing, steel out of this. So when you open up this door, this hatch, I remember at the face of the door, it was around 800, about 800 degrees roughly, just all around the door. And I remember as we're wearing these special gloves, we got this the shield with like a crystal thing that keeps the heat from getting in. We just wore jackets. You're supposed to wear this full apron thing, but, we didn't have that. So we're scraping the steel out and everything. By the time you're done, these are long poles now, long steel poles that does this. And when you're done, by the time it's all said and done, when you pull it out, it's glowing damn near all the way up to where your hand is. It's wild. So I can imagine just how hot that was. Let's see, sleeper cars, like what they call them here, yeah. I like diesel better though. I would not want to do smelting. Smelting's not fun. You never see a flat tire or a fat fire stoker. Yeah, do not want to. It was not fun. Reject all cookies. I don't want y'all tracking my ass. Anyhow, ooh. Grand Canyon, that would be a cool one. Yellowstone, that would also be a cool one, but that might explode. Glacier, yes. Dude. Round trip, limited special time offer. California, Grand Canyon, I really like that. I kind of wanted to think of that. With a glacier, though, that one would be nice. Boston to Maine, now look at that. Let's see. I've had my fair share of cities. I don't really care for that. Nature, on the other hand, do tell. Glacier. Dude, this one looks really good, though. Let's check it out. Look it. Ooh, they got a little video. Montana. Okay, so $600. Oh, it means it's super expensive. It is super expensive. Holy shit. Yeah, for, okay, so getaway round trip from Seattle, from Chicago. So this, it might be it. Yeah, so it goes from Chicago out to there and back. So that one's $2,159 for 6 days. This one, that's a one-way. Yeah, that's a one-way. Right? Yeah. And here's this. You got to start in Montana, though. But if you're leaving from Chicago, yeah, 2,159. Yeah, anyhow. That do be kind of expensive. Three nights hotel accommodations, 2 nights on board Amtrak. Big Sky Circle Tour, 2 Medicine Valley boat cruise. Oh, there's a boat cruise. Interesting. 3 breakfasts, 2 dinners included with Glacier Park Lodge. Round trip Amtrak coach accommodations from Chicago to Glacier. Yeah. 2 Medicine Valley boat cruises and Big Sky Circle Tour. Both seasonal tours. Big Sky does not run until late June. 2 Medicine Valley boat cruises. Stops running early September. Huh. Accommodations. Private sleeping room, including the room, will feature services and amenities to ensure a smooth and relaxing journey. Yeah, well, that's all fancy and shit and whatnot. Yeah. Meals and dining, but it's not that good. Route by Route 66. Ooh, hey, check that one out. It's a one-way. To the Grand Canyon. Hey, that's actually not too bad. Well, I mean, it still sucks, but $1,100. 6 days. Well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, my bad. I missed some comments over here. I missed that. You did smelting? Yeah, I smelted aluminum. We did that for a good minute. In the summertime, we would go to night shift. In the wintertime, we'd go back days. It was just that hot. Okay, I gotta keep going. Bye. Take it easy, Stan. Grand Canyon rocks, Yellowstone should be neat. Stop saying interesting stuff. Bye. See you. No one said anything interesting for a bit. Grand Canyon is one of my favorite places I've been to. What's up, the end? Nice. Grand Canyon is on my bucket list. Ouch, does this include food and everything? It looks like it does. Train trip would be cool. Surely riding through the Grand Canyon is the way to do it. Yeah. Then a one-way plane ticket back. Yeah. I don't know. This one right here looks like a good one. Trip details. That's a little bit more on the affordable side of things because, oh my god, the one going out to Montana sucks. 2 destinations, 6 days. Grand Canyon round trip from Chicago. Oh, yeah, it's all the way up in northern Chicago. Oh, what am I talking about? Shit, fuck yeah. I had a tardation moment there. Runs along Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Anyhow, enjoy the majestic views of the Grand Canyon tour and experience all that makes the Grand Canyon so beautiful. Experience one of the 7 wonders of the world. 6-day trip. What's bad is it's going to be going through all the shit that I know I've been through. Although I do like that where it comes back through Colorado. Oh my god, I get to see those mountains, a chance to see the mountains again. Okay, cool. Trip details. What's included? 3 nights hotel accommodations, round trip service and a coach accommodations on Grand Canyon Railway. Grand Canyon Freedom Tour. 2 meals included, 1 breakfast, 1 dinner, so lunch is on you. Round trip Amtrak and coach accommodations from Chicago to Williams on the Southwest Chief. On board, meals and dining. Yeah, let me find out. We're going to find out what we're going to be eating. I guarantee you it don't look like that. Personal food and beverages and medications. Oh. Need a long distance dining menu? Yes. My fat ass do be wanting to eat. Let's see. Cafe service. Ain't that cool? Let's see. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to eat. Let's go back. I want to find out other shit. So okay, so you have to buy your lunches. They provide breakfast and dinner, but you got to buy the lunch. Okay. How's the sleeping work? Let's see. Huh, with a bed. Go figure. Okay, all the kind of information you need to get a good night's rest on board the train. So for me, the wife, and 2 kids, I don't think that's going to be wide enough. Let's see. That's a roomette. Restrooms and showers. How to choose a private room. Oh my god, that is cramped as shit. Amtrak bedroom, car tour, and roomette. Twice the space as a roomette. Okay, sure. Watch now. It's on YouTube. Go figure. Play. Turn that volume all the way down because you are about to get deafened by that. It appears to be a train. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. Spread out with twice the size of a roomette. Really? Yep. Hey, it's got its own little toilet. Hey, and a shower? Holy shit. Check that out. Be my luck, there'd be a bump in the track. Got a little saint. Looky there, looky there. They got grape jelly. No kidding. These trains break down all the time, by the way. I always see them getting towed. Golly, I wish we could do that one. But they do be kind of high. Yeah, so it all starts out in Chicago. That's what I was thinking. Pretty much all of them do. Vacations. They got one to Washington. Let's see. I don't know about all that. New Orleans, been down there. That Grand Canyon one does look really nice. This one would be freaking awesome. They all start in Chicago, so yeah, I think that's the only thing you can do. Is there anything that starts anywhere else? Like, I see that one's in Colorado, but that's a drive. You don't realize just how much of a drive that is. It's a freaking drive. That one's like a bunch of squiggly lines and then circles. Yeah. Again, Chicago, this, that. 3,000. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. Chicago. Yeah, so that's what I thought, yeah. Damn, that one starts in New York. Or Chicago, my bad. And Chicago. Grand National Parks, Yellowstone. Almost $3,000. Flash sale my ass, it's high as hell. Anyhow, okay, well, there's that. New Orleans should be cheap as shit to go to. Come on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, hey. I always wanted to ride one of these boats, these river boats. I always see them docked down here by the river. And then they have some buses that come and get them. I've never done it though. Yes. Trip details. Don't mind if I do. That's a $230 or $60 trip right there. Hell yeah. Per person. Fuck. Okay, 3 nights hotel accommodations. Round trip Amtrak from New Orleans to Memphis on from New Orleans. Well, that ain't gonna work. Mission to the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum. I don't need to know about Memphis. I know all I need to know about Memphis. Sightseeing, yeah. Fuck Memphis. Starting in Memphis would be alright, but not, yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. I backed out just a wee bit too much. Okay, so they got different trip types. New Orleans, round trip from Chicago. So I'd have to go all the way north to go all the way south. Make that make sense. New Orleans getaway, likely to sell out. 4 days, $150 a person. Do tell. Okay, let's see. Let's find out what the deets are. 3 nights hotel, jazz brunch, yada yada yada. City cemetery tour. Okay, swamp and bayou tour. Let's go look at some dead people. Okay. Where does it start? Oh, it's just New Orleans? Anyhow. Let's see, I'm missing some comments. Sorry about that. Surely riding to the Grand Canyon is the way to do it. Then a one-way plane ticket back, yeah. Oh, how's the camper going? It's a going. Is your gonna be new dad? Surely there's a vacation for a bit. Oh yeah. Ah, shame. Still remember us all going on vacation in my uncle's camper. We were when we were little, nice and cozy. Have you ever crushed a train? No. Yeah, I don't think you can crush a train. There's no way. You have to cut a train up. We've done that. They are, but not great for tall people. Now that would be cool. I've seen one crushed on YouTube. Really? Damn, that's crazy. Like, what do they do? Just crush like the soft bits, or because I know you couldn't crush the actual weights and all that. That's not gonna work out too well. Is your scrapyard near the river for moving the junk out? No, we don't do the river stuff. We just travel. It's just a baler and Traco. I mean, he does his own cars, but that's about it. He just sends those off to the mill. Now, the mill, I think, has a way of getting to the river. Let's go back. Let's go back. Now let's see. Yeah, they use those. Oh yeah. The cutters. Yeah, to tear them apart. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've seen those. Them shears are something else too. Denver, Colorado. Oh, all that. Yeah, I think you're right on the Grand Canyon being the one. Okay, so this is 14 days, $2,000. Damn, that runs all the way out to California, but it's a one-way. This is a return. That's probably going to be the best one, but that's per person. So realistically, me and my wife, let's say the kids get in free. Me and my wife, it'd be, yeah, there's no way. That's $789 per person, and that's a short little round trip there. Because we'd have to leave out from here. This one just stays there. Damn, what a trip! Golly, dude, it's so expensive. So you gotta pay attention to that little PP right there. PP per person. Holy shit! $4,000 per person for that. Damn. Washington D.C. Holy shit. Yeah. These are not cheap anymore. They give no details on that one. Pittsburgh. Yeah, they do be high. I tell you what, hold up, there should be something for us poor bastards. Let me see, filter. Not the most popular. Price low to high. Oh, look at there. Okay, let's see. Grand Canyon flash sale. These are like the super short. Yeah. What's the cheapest from Chicago, I'm assuming? Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah, nope. Train rides are out of the question for us. Yeah. We some po bastards. We some po bastards. That ain't gonna happen. Let's see, those huge cutters on the excavator. Sure, that's where, yeah. That's train scrapping one. Oh, yeah. Here, let me take the volume down because they'll probably copyright it. Oh, yeah. Let me do this. Who is this? Michael Scrap Life. Hey, 76,000 subs. That's cool as shit, dude. Yep. See, that's an actual video, so that's not a live stream or nothing. So that's cool as shit. So here, let me put that up for y'all. Hopefully he don't mind. So I bet y'all can see that now. Yeah, so they've already got the engine and all that shit out, right? Yeah. They've gotten all the important bits. Oh, the stream is struggling. Yeah. Oh boy. We are buffering our asses off. What's your step? It's probably stopped for y'all. Y'all are looking at a picture show. It's a slideshow. Oh, that sucks. You know, I applied to be an engineer one time. Didn't make it. I think he killed it. I think he'll be fine. With it, he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hurting this stream, dude. I've hurt its feelings. Oh, there's that thing going off. Boy, they done stripped every bit they could strip off of that train. Well. What a machine. Which type of engineering? To actually operate the train. Yeah, you see how thick that steel is? Which a shear will handle that. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful machine. Old link belt. We had one. It was a massive one, dude. They're still cutting on it, looks like. It's not happy with me. That's what we used to do right there. We didn't use a shear though. We just used a traco. Yeah, torches did the main job. It was fun because man, they loved it. As far the company goes, because all they'd have to do is push that train right off the track. We'd knock it over, and it wouldn't be shit 2 days. It'd be gone. It'd be gone in little bits and pieces already. Done for. Let's see. Big shell. Now, interesting project though. It's one he really had to plan. Yeah, we call them drivers. Yeah, we call them engineers here. Yeah, but that's what we used to do, man. Barges too. Those river barges. They push them up on the shore. And those freaking barges are those pushers are stout. They'd use another barge that they're not scrapping, but they'll take the scrap barge that they're gonna get rid of, and they'll use that other one to push behind it, and they'd push that other one kind of up on land, but they would be able to unlodge it, dislodge it, bring it back off. But they get that one completely out the water. And it was just right here, torching it. But like I said, we just used a loader. Wasn't nothing, with a shear. Look at all that copper too, man. That'd be a crackhead's paradise right there. People forget just how crazy efficient those trains are for the amount of tonnage they move. Because everybody thinks you'd see bigger tanks than that, but no. They're very efficient. So they've already got the wheels out. Okay, I see that, yeah. See, and we used to have a truck. So we pulled a torch trailer, but we had a truck mainly. It had all the torch stuff in the back. Bottles, all that mess. Because you can get up into some tight spaces without having to worry about tugging a trailer along. Yep. We used to be like ants, We can go out there and just disassemble something. Oh. Yeah, all chunked. I guess the engines are cast. They just shatter, yeah. Yeah, look how thick that is, too. Yeah, you have to torch a lot of this shit apart. Boy, talk about some good plate steel, though. Golly. You can make a hell of a killdozer out of that. Ha ha! Then, yeah. These old trains, man, they can take a licking and keep on a ticking. There's got to be some reason they end up wanting to scrap these, though. Because you'd think the platform would be pretty much ever buildable, but I imagine over so much time, so many hours of pulling, you get some stress cracks into it. That's probably why they get rid of them. But it does look like they salvage what they can salvage. I'm surprised they didn't get those glad hands, though. See the glad hands up front? Or hell, you probably can't see it. Hell, what y'all are looking at is a picture show. My bad. Yeah, crazy efficient, almost zero friction. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. Yeah, y'all can see it a little bit. It's right underneath my screen. Or right above it, I mean. Those glad hands would be expensive. But I guess scrapping the whole train now is kind of expensive anyways, so. Back in 5, man. No, you're good, dude. You're good. That's cool, though. That's like those, so we cut up some old-ass cars, too, one time. And the shit they use in the walls of those things, the insulation, oh, it's awful. The shit looked like hair. Oh, it literally looked like horse hair. You know, it was just, that's what they packed the walls with. That was some old ass cars though. Like I'm talking shit early to like early 1900s to late 1800s type train cars we cut up. They had the old kitchen cars and shit, man. Just old wood fired stoves. Yep. We cut up 2 or 3 of them, and I think like 4 of them got sold. And that was the wildest sight, seeing a company come down there, load them train cars up whole. Now, mind you, these cars back then, they were longish. There was no length, nothing. They were so freaking long. And they actually was able to get that thing out of there and down the road. That's wild. Yep, that was wild to me. Pretty slick with that torch. Sometimes it's hard to find good cutters. But I know a lot of times, man, you got people say, "Oh yeah, I can cut," and then you put them on some like fucking 4, 5, 6 inch, thick slabs. Yeah, they can't cut. You gotta make a cut all the way across a 6-inch slab of steel. Can you do it? There it goes. Kaboom. Well, I bet that wears down fast if you ain't greasing it. Ah, there goes those glad hands. Yep, I know all about these damn oxygen bottles over here. He's got his own 100-pound propane tank there. And they do just that right there. See how frosted up those get? Oh, they got a crane and everything out there. So they must be like doing some unprepared stuff. Okay. Oh, so yeah, they're hauling it away in big bits. See, that's where we were different. We would cut that shit up and put it in a dumpster and haul it off as short iron. We'd do it all right there on the spot. We was fast with it too. Yeah, they're hauling it away in big pieces. Yep. I guess they might just haul it back and then process it, I'm assuming. If not, they're selling it as unprepared. With as old as the trailer's looking, I'm going to say they're probably hauling it back to cut it on up. Because the money is whenever you get it down to short iron, that's where you make your money. And if you got an efficient enough torch crew, you can do it. Yep. Got an old skid steer out there. We had an old army crane we picked up. We never got to really use it though. It was like one of the big old rubber tire, army cranes. But yeah, from the looks of the trailer, I'm gonna say that don't go down the road that far. So I bet he just runs that back to where they're local at, and they either sell it as unprepared or they cut it on down. Oh yeah. We used to have those, man, but that yard I used to work at, man, they fucked all that up. Like, it wasn't really the people at the yard, it was the main guy, the owner. I don't know, he fucked shit up. Don't stick your arm under there. Anything can happen. Achoo, sneeze. You know what would happen to your arm underneath that plate? You would be armless. Yep. That would be a very smashing experience. It probably just looked like it from this camera view. I'm going to say he probably didn't stick his arm under there. But yeah, he's pretty slick with a torch. Look, they got the wheel, the carriers off and all that. Alright. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to say this is going local. Now, that's a nice trailer there. That one trailer right there, somebody pulled the short end of the stick on that one. Yeah, those two trailers are nice. Yeah. What's that? That one over there, yeah. Yep. Cool. I guess the train guys want the rail sliding back. Yeah. Well, like what we would do, because we had this little, so the yard I was at, they had like a little end of rail that come off into the yard, and that's what we'd do, man. They'd push the cars down that or the locomotive car, anything, they'd push it down in there, and we'd knock it over, cut it up. I got to stand on them and all that. It's just, actually riding one. No. Yeah, look how thick that steel is. Yeah, you ain't shearing that. That's exactly what they did. They brought it back here and torched it on up. The magnets are cool. I've run one of those. Cut that in half. So now this is where the money's at. See how thick those slabs are? That's a clean cut too. He got some experience, that's for sure. This brings back memories. Look at all the bales. See the can bales? The aluminum bales? We did all the same shit. Cans are nasty as shit. But it's really cool though, summertime, or spring, summer, fall, all that, mainly spring and summer. Those are surrounded by bees. You get a bunch of bees all around that. But they don't sting you. It's rare you get stung. But as you're processing the cans, put them in the hopper to get them up the conveyor and all that to get it into the baler. They're swarming all around you, but they never sting you. Like I said, they're just there for the sugary stuff. Yep. Why knock it over? Nah, it's just how they got it off the track so they can bring more cars in. And mainly the cars we knocked over. We didn't knock the locomotives over. You couldn't. The cars though, you can definitely knock those over. It'd get the wheels back because a lot of times they took the wheels back. You know, the carriers. A lot of times it just sits on there. They'll have it ready to pop off. But yeah, those. I don't know if they cut that up because I know they had the carriers on one trailer. I bet you they got those back. If not, they did cut them up. But I know when we was look at those big ass tanks up there. But I know when we was doing it, they would get the carriers, wheels and all back. Yep. Golly, what a... Yeah. What a radiator. See, now that part I didn't like when people did that with the Traco. See how it's all bent in and shit? Now, you gotta remember how thick those are. So when you go to process them, it just makes it a shitty job. Because you gotta cut all those ends off to make it clean. And if they're all bent up like that, and it's that thick, it sucks. That's where a good operator comes in, you know. So there's the tank. And the platform above it. Knowing the railroad, that shit's empty. They do pretty good on that. You know, they're very EPA conscious, you know, whatnot. So yeah, that should be empty. Ah, see, that's why I don't trust equipment. That's why I don't get under it. You see that pop? That hook's just barely on there. He's setting her down now. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, full of sugar, I guess. Yeah. Put a little sugar in the gas tank. Oh. This must be their local yard. Or their yard. It makes sense. You can tell the amount of heavy shit they put on them trailers because normally these flatbeds right here, normally you never really see those loops right there get hit like that. But yeah, they put a lot of heavy shit on these trailers. Which always check your trailers, guys, because eventually that shit will break in half on you. But they are using some good old-fashioned trailers though, not that new shit. New shit will break in half on you. These old ones, they'll take a licking and keep on a ticking. Yeah, so they buy from the public. Which, obviously, we saw all the cans of aluminum and shit. What do you do with the fuel tank, from the tanks, etc.? If it's full of fuel, which I doubt it, being the railroad, that shit's empty. But if it's full of fuel, I'm gonna say, and again, this might be a delay between when I'm getting your message and when what you're actually seeing and hearing. There might be a delay. But anyhow, yeah, if you got fuel in the tanks, you drain it out. And if it's good diesel, shit, you use it. A lot of our equipment was older, you know, it didn't care. Diesel's got a better shelf life than gas. As long as you just filter it out before you put it in, whatever you got, you know, you'll be alright. A lot of our equipment could run on cooking oil if you filtered it and put it in with a little bit of mix of diesel. I said that like we've done it because we have. Yeah. Those old industrial 12 valve Cummins and whatnot, yeah. They'll eat anything you feed it. Told you, wind blows and the thing goes off. Yep. So I figured that's his yard. But yeah, I think they could probably save more money because it looks like they definitely got the torching down pat. But the way we did it, we didn't have all the equipment out there like cranes and all that shit. We would literally cut that shit up and have it in a dumpster and actually heading off to the mill on the spot. We would actually that's how we did it. It was fast paced, fast moving. We didn't bring it back. The only thing we brought back were the planes when we was doing the airport contracts and shit. It was a wild sight seeing a 747 fuselage going down the center of town. Yep. Because they were, I don't know, planes and airports are kind of weird like that. They want you to get the shit off site, And yeah, that was cool, dude. That was cool. Let's see. Oh, they're actually demolition. My bad. Yeah, like this right here. Yeah. Been there, done that. The plane was so fun to torch. Well, that's a no one. I've never seen a JCB like that. That's interesting. That's shorts though. That's the same claw I got. Yeah, it's making a mess. Yeah. Roswell demolition. Check that out. This is probably gonna be a copyright video. Oh well. I hope they like the picture show. Yeah. Yeah, that's messy. Yeah, don't miss it. At least they give you a concrete pad. That's nice. What we would do, we'd go in, we'd cut it up into sections, and we'd just carry the whole sections back, lop the wings off, cut the fuselage in half, and that's pretty much it. Well, probably about 2 or 3 sections, but yeah. If I remember right, yeah. Just depends on the size of the plane. That's messy though. That's why we waited till he got back to the yard, cause yeah. They do strip them though. There's damn near nothing left in those planes when you get to them. It's just the material. And you'd think, man, some of these planes look like there's nothing wrong with them. And you'd be almost right. It's just they reach a certain service limit, and that's it. They gotta get rid of them. They'll start showing, like, stress cracks and fractures and whatnot, and the metal's reached the end of its service life, and it's not safe, and the insurance damn sure will not cover it, That's the main reason they do it. Insurance. Insurance makes the world turn, didn't you know? Yep. You don't realize just how big these planes are until you're standing next to one. And you're like, damn, these things fly. Yeah. They fly. That's a nice excavator. I'm jealous. Why can't we have nice shit like that anymore? That's about the size of that one that fell in the Mississippi River. They had the same grate on the front and everything. They used to unload barges and shit, but it slid off the barge it was on, sunk straight. Well, obviously, yeah, it's not like it floated. It went down to that Mississippi mud and shit, dude, at the bottom of the river, and we ended up going out there. We was able to get it out. Got it up on land, and like I said, we got that. We bought that thing for nothing. Like I'm talking, it was cheap, and ended up draining all the water out of it, working with it. It took about 2 or 3 days working with it. And got it running. Tracked it out of there. But the river did its damage in a lot of things. It after a while, the track drives, they kind of went down. It was going to be too expensive to fix. So we ended up dog walking it around the yard a lot. Then it kind of just became a stationary thing, you know. You can still move it, just it wasn't far. What you do is you take that claw, dig into the ground, walk it forward, just dragging its ass around all the time. What's up, certified? They land too, but that's a really controlled crash. Let's see. Thought you might like. Oh yeah, I liked it. I liked it, Caver. Guess the main shell is all. Yeah, yep. True about insurance. Yep. Yeah, how you doing, certified? Hey, look who it is. It's Caver, man. We ain't seen Caver in forever. This is the time to catch him, early in the morning. Boeing 707. Alright, we're getting close. Check that. Whoa, check that attachment out. Did y'all see that? That was crazy. I see some rotators. Let's see. Yeah, shear. Look at that. Ain't that some fancy shit? Hey, I'm in the little league shit. This is the big leagues here. I would love to run that though. That would be cool as shit. Oh, talk about being a kid in a candy store cutting up a plane like that. They're doing that, looks like, at the airport too. That's crazy. Yeah, see, look, he's holding it. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's way better than a torch. Well, I bet that blade is expensive. I bet that joker is very expensive. Wait, hold up. It's got a line. Oh, water. I'm assuming that's water. They're piping into it. Oh, that's cool. I thought I had a cool job. Can you imagine being on the inside of the plane seeing that blade come through? And there are people inside. How about that? Yeah. So, you know, funny afterthought. You know, this guy's standing here spraying a hose at that thing, and there's a big ass metal blade throwing chunks of steel and shit, or aluminum. I mean, not steel. Hell, we just watched a train get taken apart. My bad. But yeah, throwing chunks of aluminum everywhere. You would think that you'd be wearing a little bit more protection than just some ear protection. Anyhow. Oh. I'm gonna tell you, aluminum, when it comes to cutting it with a blade, it's about the gummiest stuff you'll ever try to cut. That shit sticks in between blades. Like, if you ever cut it with a sawzall, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I can imagine this, but on a bigger scale. I imagine that blade gets gummed up. He's like, fuck it, I'm up to the shear now. It's making a mess now. Let's see. Yeah, good morning, Sir Fried. Whoops, bet that was fun to get out. Big beastie. Must be fun trying to get the weight right as you pick the bits off. Thing would double the number of people inside by having. I don't knock it, man. I love you tearing and crushing cars. He has safety glasses. Oh yeah, he's got safety glasses. Big piece of aluminum. Well, he was wearing his steel-toe shoes. Yeah, thanks Stain's done the hose job. Our Stains. Oh yeah. I don't know, man. Cutting up planes would be even cooler. I'd have to do it at least once. Like that. That would be awesome. And then just to see what other shit I can cut with that saw. That would be... You know what else would be a fun job? I've been noticing. You know those they look like skidders. We call them skidders. You know those log skidders that go through the trees and has that claw on the back that carries all the wood out, you know? That's a fun job. I got a buddy down the road who does that. But anyhow, that's a fun job. But you know them guys that maintain the highways that go up there with that pole saw, you know? And they're in that off-road thing and they get to go off-road all down the side of the highways? That looks fun. That does look very fun. Yep. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to change it up a little bit. It's like me and land clearing. I love land clearing over crushing cars any day. Oh yeah, this sticks like a sticky thing. It's a dangerous job. A hard hat won't save you. Hard hat only makes it easier to scoop up your remains. Yes. Yeah. Anytime you got rotating massive parts and shit, you know, you gotta really watch out. Big old shear. Golly, they run some nice machines, it looks like. Hamburg. Somebody cut that off intentionally. He is taking that shit home. Guaranteed. Alright, this is where they keep all the sensitive equipment. Yep. Still in there, too. Yeah, all that shit's probably getting done bolt. Ooh, that's a bad spot, y'all. Okay, it's not that heavy. Okay, cool. Still gonna hurt, though. This one guy's wearing a hard hat. They got his ass blurred, too. He's wearing a hard hat, and he's not. Old Zeppelin. Telelift. So, yeah, they're probably going to salvage that. Yep, that's what I thought. So, that's what that ladder was probably for. That was up there in the cockpit getting all the equipment out, most likely. Probably to help get the nose instruments out. Shit like that, you know, they try to salvage. Awesome. Boy, wish we can go back. We had all them contracts too. Now that's making a mess. That's making a mess. I got them big old 40-yard dumpsters too. Hey, suspension still works on the plane. Well, let's see. He needs a full old school knight's metal armor. I guess my colleagues will appreciate it if I shower before work. I'll talk to you later. Take it easy, Sir Pride. Yeah, it's weird being on a work day not working. It's just weird to me. Yeah, I could put this under educational because I do have experience in this field. I don't. They do be making a mess. I guess they gave up on the saw. I imagine it needs a blade by now. See, if we were to do like in, for instance, the train situation to save the mess here, which I imagine being concrete pavement looks like they're probably on concrete right now, where the plane's being tore down at. But I imagine they got shit to scrape it all up real easy. But I don't know. Seems like I would use that saw to cut the wing off because that's what we used to do. We just torch the wings off, carry it all back in one piece because this is the problem. It splinters out and just it's a mess. That's what I'm saying. We'd carry a full fuselage, a 747 fuselage, down Main Street in the town we was in. It's crazy. One time we carried a Learjet back. Still had the tail and everything on it. That was a sight going down the road. It did make the trailer a little lighter on the back end, you know. Set the flaps down. Pulls across the scales. Sir, you're a little overweight. Sir, at speed, I'm underweight. I gotta be going fast though. So when we go to weigh myself, I gotta be going at least 55. So I'm gonna hit 55 miles an hour and then we're gonna cross your scales. Yep. Old Learjet, man. You know, as big as those things are in person, when you get inside, it's actually small as shit. They're not that big on the inside. Or at least the ones we were cutting up. There it goes. Yeah, they got their tow bar back. Like, okay, that's enough of that. Well, that's a nice one inside the building there. Yep, got to be weighed at 55. Yep, there is a delay on the audio between when y'all get it and when I say it. One of these days I won't be a noob when it comes to streaming. Yeah, these guys got an awesome job now. It looks like it's so much fun, or more fun with equipment. Because when you was using a torch, it just wasn't, it's just work. All we had was that loader. It looks like they're doing that at the airport too. That's what's crazy. With all the shred and shit, Seems like it's a cool place. They're allowing all that. And that's right by a hangar too. Like that's what's crazy. Can you imagine the safety meetings they gotta go through every single morning? That'd probably be the downside, but it's like awesome when you get into the cab and start working. I caught a glimpse of that with the railroad. Anytime you had a piece of equipment, oh my god. They were particular. They really were. You're trying to keep it from turning on him. Bill's trying to get away from him. I'd like to have that part, get the nose cone back on it, you know? Talk about a hell of a treehouse, right? There was a guy that converted one of these into a home. He actually set it up on a mountainside. Yep. Made a home out of it. I don't know. Be cool, I guess. Only downside, I don't think a plane is all that well insulated. Which it's not, I don't think at all, really. So he definitely had issues there, if I'm not mistaken. $747's right here. That's a graveyard, though. Yep. Oh shit, near misses. Don't mind if I do. Oh hell no. Oh, it's not happy. This is my computer here. You. Okay, yeah, I'm making it very not happy. Okay, let's stop that. Sorry, y'all. Oh shit, we had this playing in the background. Well, no wonder. That explains a lot. Yeah, you think they'd we don't want bits of scrap across the runway or something? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. We still had, I think I still got some of like the rollers in the floor and shit, you know? Yeah, so a lot of people don't know in those planes, I got these rollers, or at least they used to. A lot of the cargo type planes, they're like little aluminum, you know, but they have like a ball on top, you know, and that's how they would slide that. They had this cargo that you can slide in there, and all our worker had to do was push it along the floor, and it would roll to wherever he needed it. And they were those half sections, so when they get them in place, they can lock them in, you know. And we used to get the latches, and the rollers. We'd save those, you know. I don't know why, we just did. Just things you could do with it, I guess. I think at one point he had a plan of, I don't know, doing something with bales. You know, when we build cans and shit, you could roll it, you know. It's just use a forklift. Anyhow. Anyhow. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Let's see. Right, catch you soon. Gotta work. Take it easy, Caver. Take it easy, buddy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off of here, man, because, the poor old frames, man. I gotta figure this part out. Like, y'all are still on the plane stuff. And I've already gotten rid of that. So, it was really freaking out on that. Oh my god. Yeah, and it's already throwing up error messages. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I've got stream health. I've got a lot of notifications. Error, stream is healthy. Error, stream is healthy. Error. It don't know how to make up its own mind. It's like, yeah, stop doing shit that kills your stream. Yeah, it's lagged behind a minute. That's why you are so late on the chat. Yeah. So now it should smooth out a little bit. But yeah, take it easy, Caver. It's nice talking to you, dude. Anyhow, we'll open this up. Oop, close that back down. Let me see what's going on here. Let's do away with display capture. Try to help that out. Remove. Yes. I'll click this. We'll go up with that. And we'll do this. Look, now you see just my head. Let me scroll this down a little bit. There we go. Ta-da! Here we are. What's up, everybody? Is the stream happy now? Is it actually happy? Holy shit. Poor thing. Poor thing. Yeah, it's probably happy now, so... Yeah, excellent connection. How about that? Poor thing. Let's go back here. Holy shit, we got a lot of viewers. We got 7 people on here. I appreciate you 7 people that are watching. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. So let me tell you what happened was. So let me pull up display capture again. Let's see if all this catches up now. It should. Let me move side to side. Oh, it still looks like it's a paper show. Hold up. A picture show. Move my hand in front of here. I wasn't going fast. It's still a little bit framey, but it's a lot better than what it was. Okay, well, there's nothing to see here. The poor old snake, he's hiding. So what happened was, let me tell you what happened was. So a king snake got caught, which I think it's a rat snake instead. Sometimes it's hard to tell. They both have checkered bellies, but I'm gonna say it's a king snake. Because I'm so used to those being around here. And he tried to escape so many times. So, what happened was, he got caught in a sticky trap. One of the mouse sticky traps in the house. And I ended up, having to use olive oil to get him off of there. And he was cool about it. He understood the assignment. Surprisingly, he didn't shake his tail or nothing or musk me or nothing. So... he definitely understood that I was trying to help him, I guess. But, anyhow, I got him off the trap, tried to clean him as best I could, get all the sticky glue off of him, which olive oil is the best thing if y'all didn't know that. If you ever find like a bird or something or anything stuck to a trap, you can use olive oil to get it all off. I've done that with a bird, too. We had a bird get into the house through the chimney, and, flew around freaking out, was trying to get him out, and he ended up flying into all things a glue trap. And he got stuck to it, so that was bad. But I was being delicate with him because you don't want to rip out too many feathers. But anyhow, got him all cleaned up, and it actually works really well. Then after you get the glue gone, because the olive oil breaks down the glue, and once you got all the glue gone, you can take and go back with Dawn dishwashing liquid to get the oil off then, and then after that, he dried up, and he sat outside for about an hour drying. I walked back out there to the limb that he was on. I figured he'd fly away right away. But I lifted up his wing. I was like, dude, you're dry. You're ready to fly. He took off. I was like, all right, hell yeah. He let me lift his wings up and all that. I was checking everything out. Then he flew away. But kind of the same thing for the snake, just minus the wings. Just making sure he was all the glue was off. And I put him in here inside of a fish tank. And I fed him. I figured he was in here for food anyways. So I gave him a mouse, and I went and got a little frozen mouse. It was just out in town anyways. I was like, I didn't feel like trying to run around catching a mouse or whatnot. And then I stuck a little frog in there too, just in case he wanted an appetizer, or dessert, I mean. So he got a little frog hopping around in there. So if he gets hungry, he'll be alright. But yeah, dude. I saved him from doom. Didn't even know he was in there. We just happened to come across him. And it was like a trap we wouldn't have known about until he was long dead and gone and rotted. Started smelling something, right? But no, we found him just in time. I mean, he ate that mouse. It took me some time to get him to, like, notice the mouse. He kept wanting to go underneath the bedding, but finally I got him pissed off enough. He bit the mouse, and then he was like, oh shit, hey, mouse. He sized it up, and then he ate it right there in front of me. So he was definitely hungry. I don't know how long he'd been in that trap. But yeah, got him out, and gonna keep him, make sure he eats good and all that, and then I'll set him back out. He's got water, all that good stuff. Got him a heat lamp in there he can get next to if he needs to. But yeah, saved a snake. But I like the king snakes, man. They I keep those snakes around. And luckily I got a good population of them here, and yeah, I don't mind them. How's the crushing business going? What's up, Trash Channel? Yeah, it's going, dude. Right now my wife's fixing to give birth, so we're kind of, I'm not at work, so it's weird being off work on a work day. I would be in Memphis crushing cars, processing cars right now, but they got that covered. I got James up there, so now I'm here just doing this with my 4 viewers. Yeah. Good to hear. Congrats. I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate it, man. She had a scare Sunday night because I was going to take my truck up there. See, I was going to work all the way in from dawn to dusk yesterday, and then I was going to stay the night in my truck because I got the ambulance body on there. I was going to stay the night there and then work today from dawn to dusk and get done with it today. That was the plan. And then, it's a boy. But ended up, she had a scare Sunday night. And, like, I'm talking like she thought she was fixing to go into Braxton. I'm assuming Braxton Hicks. But like she lost a part of her mucus plug, so it's like any time now. Like her water should pop, that should be it. So we're kind of like, we got everything packed and ready. All we gotta do is jump and go. So so it's kind of weird being off right now. It's kind of weird whenever you work, all your life, and having days off during the work week just kind of messes you up. It's like when I was working at O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's was interesting, man. We'd always work the weekends. Just had such a weird schedule. And you never got 2 days off. It was rare you got 2 days off in a row, which kind of really messes things up. Trust me, I like weekends off. Just I've been so hardwired to weekends off, man. It's just, I don't know. Trying to adjust to that kind of sucks. But it was definitely interesting being off on a Tuesday or on a Thursday or something, Yeah. Weird seeing your face. Mostly things you're scooping up and crushing. I know, right? I know, man. Like I said, ever since I started doing the computer stuff, I kind of started showing like more of my face and whatnot. We were watching some demolition shit earlier, and I had been watching my content, like going over some of the old stuff and like explaining it out, like the after the crush stuff, but right now I got the settings fudged on this stream, so if I do that, like right now you're hearing me, we're talking, and it's happy right now, but man, if I go to like do a screen grab, like a screen capture, and I start watching my old videos, or even if I'm watching anything like plane, demolition. We watched a train get tore up earlier, and it was just, do you like picture shows? Because that's pretty much what it is. It's a slideshow, for y'all. So this is it's happy doing this, it's not happy doing that. So I definitely got to work on the settings. Yep. Well, having a great day. Hope delivery goes well and baby and mom are healthy. I appreciate that, dude. Yep. I'm probably gonna hop off of here. I'm gonna 1-800 YouTube that shit and see if I can find somebody that knows what the hell they're doing with OBS and see if I can get these settings straight for what I got, because the camera I got is supposed to be 4K 60 frames. I doubt that. It's more like 30 frames. So there's that, and then also I gotta get the settings right. I'm not too savvy on the stream settings. Because sometimes it'll be right, some of the things I try, it'll work, and then sometimes I'll have a setting that I can't remember I did, and it does this right here. Like, we'll have 2 people watching, It's just, I got a total of, 800 views, and it's just, normally it's a lot higher than that. But, yep. Let's see, have you watched Bofa yet? The Empire Takeover? No, I hadn't seen it. What is that? B-O-F-A, Bofa. Bofa? Hey, what is that? I'm curious. It's probably gonna be a bad idea. Hold up, let me check. Bofa. I'm assuming it's a show. Movie, maybe? No, not spelled like that. I'm not seeing nothing. What's up, Joe Pepsi? What's up, buddy? Yeah, I gotta mess with these settings, man. Because I don't think this is gonna fly with it being as stuttery as it is. Yep. Settings. Overlay for brakes. No. I'm trying to do overlays. 1 second. So that's kind of the same as the phone there. Create highlighted video. So that'll like take a clip out of this, which ain't nothing interesting going on right now, so ain't no need in that. Edit. Let's try that. It won't let me do this shit live though. I guarantee you if I try to get into the important stuff, it will not allow it. Cancel that. Let me do file settings. Yeah, I see it locks it down. Yep. No, I will say this though, I could probably mess with this. Stream. No. Video. Nope. Advanced. Nope. Yep. No, I gotta go through here and get this shit straight. Ooh, hey, hold up. Hold up. This will probably help. Hold up. It is allowing me to adjust this. I remember saying something about 2600 kbps. Oops, go back up. Let's see. Alright, let's see if that helps. Apply. Okay, and now let's try this. Let me see how bad the lag would be. Oh, it's so awful still. Nope. What's up, Chop? I'm Ted Manchester. We're trying to play with some settings. Trying to get this thing to work right. It looks like it's... Okay, it probably took a minute to get all smoothed out. See how that looks. Oh, there's some delay. Okay. Yeah, but here's going to be the tricky part. So, looks alright now until we do this. Watch this. Let me do this, do that, add. We're going to do screen display capture right there. Booyah. Select the display, the secondary, booyah. So now y'all can see where the snake is. I've been trying to catch him eat that that mouse forever. Let's see, let me do this. Oops, my bad. Shrink that down to itty bitty. Actually, I'll tell you what, video capture device, I gotta get rid of it so it overlays over this. Yes, look, I'm still a noob. Forgive me. Let's see, video capture device, booyah. Yes, okay, now shrink that way down. Drop that right here. There we go. This, we ain't worried about that right now. Let me come out of there. Minimize that. Do this. Do that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, hey, this will be actually the test for it because it was freaking out over this. So let's do that. Hey, there's planes. Drop that there. Bring that up there. Alright. That shit was close. Let's center that up a little bit. Okay. Alright. Now, this will be the ultimate test. Okay. Okay. So, we testing some shit now. Warning stand. Hold up. I've already got a warning. Lower than recommended. Hold up. Use at least 6800. But is it? Alright, let's try it. Alright, yeah, we about to see what's still alright. Watch this. Oh my god, it's already giving me problems over here. We about to see how bad it is. Oh, yeah, no, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Stop. Ah. Okay, let's try that again. Ah. Okay, so it's recommended 6800. Or no. Yeah, 6800. Okay, let me do that then. Let's see, settings. General. No, it'd be under video, was it? Or no? Output. Yeah. So 6800 it is then. I heard a sneeze. Sounds like little man's up. Apply. Save. Okay, let's try this again. Poor thing. I'm pushing it. Play. Oh my god, no, that ain't working. Okay, let me do this. Let me close this out. Yes, I want to confirm. No, I want to close it. Yeah, we gotta close it. We gotta save all the RAM, all the CPU we can save. Okay, we already got some shit running, so let's try this again. Okay. Oh yeah. Lower than the. Wait, hold up. Now I got a warning on that. I got it at 6800. Yeah, I did that though. See a Wonder School of Flying, I swear. Right? Oh my god, it's kind of freezing up on my end too. I mean, he landed it. He might have been in the grass a little bit, but he's alright. Yeah, it's freezing up even on my end, but I know it's really awful on y'all's end. Take it easy. Take it easy. Oh my god, you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna do this. Poor thing. Yeah. No. Oh man. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this. I'll tell you what I could do. Okay. Let me get rid of this one. Alright, let's gotta minimize all this. Yes, yada yada yada. Sure. Let me put y'all down for a second. There we go. Bring y'all back up. Alrighty. Screen went black. Can't see shit. Okay. We'll get it back straight. Now, this camera, though, I don't understand this. So, the focus is gone on this camera. It can only see shit close up. What a view. sure. Look, it's better than nothing. We might see it go off at some point. Okay, let's do that. Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh well, that's our view. Sucks. I know. Believe me. One day we'll be professional streamers. Something like that. How you doing today, Chop? What you got going on? Oh, now I lost focus on that. Man, what is wrong with this camera? I dug it out after all these years, man. It's one of those ones you can control, you know, move it around, but it will not focus. It just won't. You can only see shit really close up. Like if I point it down, kind of here, look at it, it'll clear up a little bit. So there's my bike. But oh my god, dude, it's so awful. See? It's almost like a background though, ain't it? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'll up this for you though. Oh yeah, I forgot I took my lamp. I was gonna say how I can turn a light on, but I kinda am using that right now for the snake. Anyhow. Let's see, do this. And well, this is officially, we're just shooting the shit. What's everybody up to? Anybody got any crazy stories or anything? What's the craziest thing that's happened in your life? I've been seeing a lot of like new footage from that I hadn't seen before from the whole 9/11 deal. That's been crazy. There was one I wasn't ready for. It's kind of hard to tell because sometimes there's AI shit, you know, but this one was verified. It was real. That was a... We watched that from so far away, and it still felt just right here. But I can imagine the people that were actually there. There was a guy kind of walking around looking at the fire, because, you know, at the time, people didn't know it was going to fall down, you know. They didn't know it was going to be like that, you know. But so they were just kind of like looking at the fire and all that from down below, looking right up at it. Let's see, just I just had a rux up was when they were trying to put a cable over my land. Might have snow on my roof, but the fire is well alight. Oh shit! Oh shit! Made them move it. Hell yeah! Shit! I had some neighbors siphon the internet off of me, and I was trying to figure out. I was like, I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, I have no neighbors. I have the entire road to myself. How the fuck is somebody getting my internet, you know? Well, then I was like, there's only one freaking way they could do that. And I was looking for a parabolic dish, you know, with a receiver in it. So I got my scope out and I started looking, and I found the bastards. I seen it. They had a modified one of those parabolic, like, you know, those DirecTV, the old ones. Not the big wide one. It was the round parabolic. That's the best type you can use doing something like this. They had at the end a modified receiver, Wi-Fi receiver. I saw it. You know, I was looking at it through my scope. I was like, them fuckers. Alright, so I went into the network and I ended up getting them all out. Re-up the password a lot harder than what it would take for them to break it. And anyhow, I renamed the network to Happy Virus. So good luck with that. Yep. Yeah, dude. Because I was trying to figure out. See, used to, which that was way back. Used to, nobody could get internet out this way, and the only internet you could get was satellite, which nobody wanted for obvious reasons. And now we got fiber optics, so all those problems are gone. But and they can't be siphoning off my shit, you know. But I was able to actually get, because I was just in the area to get the AT&T shit from the cell tower. We had a cell tower receiver out here and had a modem dedicated. And it was nice. I mean, it was decent for what I was doing, you know. Like I said, we'd watch a movie every now and then, you know, and just normal shit, you know. It worked great for that. But the neighbors, they were just out of range. And them fuckers thought it would be okay without my permission. Like, I wouldn't mind if I knew about it, but I had to find out about it. I started getting a bill in. Because it was a good plan for the most part. You got 50 gigs for, it wasn't much. But if you went over the 50 gigs, and again, this wasn't much if you did go over, you would get like an additional 15 gigs for like, I don't know, $10, $15. It was about $1 a gig after that. Alright, so I started noticing my bill was going up. It just kept going up. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And finally I was like, well, how? You know, how would it be going up? And I finally called him. I was like, dude, I don't know why it's, you know, but I'm getting charged. I know I'm watching maybe like 2 movies. I know I'm not using 50 gigabytes worth of data watching 2 regular movies a month. I was so busy on the road all the time, man. Like, I was barely home. And anyhow, then I realized, because she said, well, it's showing here you got so many devices on your network. And she said, well, you know, it's showing like you're using all this data. And I ended up going into my router, and that's when I saw them. I saw their names. I saw everything. You know, I was like, well, what the fuck? You know, because they labeled their shit. You know, like their laptops and all that. You know, and their gaming system, which explains a lot. Which means if you was ever looking for the laggy guy in the party, he was siphoning off of his neighbor a mile away. So I can imagine the latency was pretty awful. So there's that. Anyhow, that sucked. And yeah, I confronted him on that one. I was like, that was some bullshit, you know. That was some bullshit. I didn't get it to where I was getting my money back from it, but I sure got their asses off of it. I told him, I said, if I catch that parabolic receiver pointed my way again, I will take it down. So, one way or another, it's coming down. Well, oh, yeah. We're going backwards when we're running internet from telegraph poles. Not over my land, dude. Hell yeah. I had a guy cut. So those guys that cut the side of the road, they have this one machine they do it with. It's not the saw machine. It's the one with the arm with the it's like a bush hog on the end. They cut half my freaking tree off. I'm really salty about that. It wasn't even like a big tree. It was like one of those evergreen type trees that sits at the end of my driveway by itself. And this dumb motherfucker cut half my fucking tree off. It wasn't near no power lines. It wasn't like a branch would fall out of it and do anything. You could drive over it with a Prius if you wanted to, if a branch fell out of that tree. So yeah, I'm still pretty salty about that. In fact, if you look to the left of the back of my bike, like over there where the fender is, you'll see that kind of green blur there. I know it's not much because this camera really does suck. It's got a whole whopping 1 megapixel worth of image. But it used to focus at least, but now it don't focus because something's broke. But yeah, it's that little round green blob right there to the left of the Tahoe that you can barely see the headlight assembly on. Yeah. Yep, that one. Yeah, it's not a very big tree, but he cut half of it off. It just pisses me off that he did that. It's about like that time that tax assessor, that property assessor, pulled up in my driveway. Did he pull all the way up to the house? And then tagged my house as being worth $300 some odd thousand, which upped my taxes by a lot. Thanks a lot, bastard. Be right back. Let's see, 2 movies. Debbie Doo's, Claw Debbie Doo's The Crusher. Yep. But yeah, I sure had that happen with them damn neighbors. Yeah, I found that to be some grade A bullshit to ever happen in the country. You'd think you wouldn't have to worry about that shit out here, but yeah, evidently I had to. Yeah, I always keep a close check on that because I imagine they still try from time to time because they were enjoying that not having to pay a bill. You know, there's my Sasha. She come prancing along in here, didn't she? Where you at? There you are. Oh, I'm proud that hair is coming back. She gets a skin allergy, and we'll keep putting this stuff on her. Only works so long. It's every year. I don't know. Well, we've had her scraped. It's not mange or nothing. It's just she just has a skin allergy when it comes to heat, and it's awful on her. And it's weird how she loses her hair. She'll just lose it from the middle of her back all the way back. It just falls out. Yeah. We've had her checked at the vet and everything, man. She just happens. We gave her a bunch of rounds of different things, man. It comes back right before winter comes. It's one of those weird ass, you don't know how it happens. It just happens. It'll come back right before winter, like it's coming back now. So it's just every year. Like she'll keep it most of the way. It's like about, I don't know, probably a quarter way through summer. That's when it all just falls out. Don't know. But yeah, we was talking about something before that though. Before the whole neighbor thing. What was it? That's why I need to keep shit wrote down. But what else? That would be an interesting job though. Running one of those log skidders. Because you get to go off-roading for a living, right? I've seen those videos of those guys doing that. I got a buddy down the road that's got one. Yeah, they log. Yeah, well, they were logging for a living. They move trailer houses now. He's got the truck for that, with the setup on the back. But he still has that log skidder sitting out in the yard. It's actually a decent sized machine to be walking all through in between trees like that. I've seen that track hoe with the saw once he had. But his whole family, they logged all their life. He's lost all his brothers to logging too. It's dangerous. Deadfall they call it. So if you're out there working, and big branches and shit falls off and hits you. That's how pretty much he lost all his brothers. He had a lot of brothers. So that sucks. We all call him Wormy, though. Oh. Yeah, that'd be an interesting job. Weird I'm talking about jobs because I feel jobless right now. Being off because my wife is pregnant, She's about to be, giving birth. Like, we had a big scare, and they got us working in Memphis right now. And it's just too long of a drive. And we ended up having to, because I was planning on being at work. I was gonna leave Sunday. Sunday. I was gonna leave Monday morning super early, get there, load trucks, and I was gonna work all day until it got dark. From before the sun comes up to when the sun goes down, and sleep in my truck, and then work Tuesday. Well, today, dawn to dusk again, and that was the plan. But 10, 11 o'clock Sunday night, she woke me up, and she thought she was going into labor then. But I mean, it was enough for her to panic. Like, hey, we need to go. So I ended up calling, messaging everybody and got it all set up. So right now I'm covered. It's weird not being at work. I don't know. Is this I wonder if streamers feel this way. Those guys that actually make money off of this, If that's how they feel. Because it feels like if you ever do make it doing this stuff, I guess it don't really feel like work, if that makes sense. You get to wake up and come right here and that's it. You're at home. I don't know. That's like Aspen Gold. I watch him a lot. And it's kind of cool in a way, you know, but I imagine you do have to be stuck to the computer all the time. Because I know he puts out like several streams a day. I know he just lost his father too, man. I really hate that. So I know he's feeling it. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, I can't say, there's nothing I can say that'll make it any better. That just takes time, you know, time heals. Yep. Yeah, there's nothing I can say to make that any better. And I'm a nobody. Yeah, you don't know me from Adam, so. Yeah. But I'll do. My heart goes out to him. But, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Normally the crushing stuff does so good, but the home stream stuff, obviously, as you can tell, it don't go that great. Again, it's probably because I'm not really. But if I try to like watch something, we was doing that earlier. We was watching a train get tore apart and all that, but I just ain't got the right equipment, or I ain't got the right settings. One of the two. I mean, I upgraded the RAM, I upgraded the CPU. I really need to do a graphics card. That might help, you know, to a point. I do need to do solid state memory too, because kind of find out that's a hard disk drive. A lot of shit was lied about on this computer when I got it. Anyhow, probably should have really checked that out before anything. But yeah. So it was new though. I mean, it was a brand new, but it's the HP Slim they call them. Yeah. I have done the upgrades I could do to it, but it's still not happy right now. Anytime I go to like do a display capture like what I'm doing right now, but right now it's all stationary, so it's happy. So, but if anything's moving like a lot in the background, it does not like it. Yep. I do got a good mic though. Everybody says they can hear me really well with this. I like it. Tighten that down. This old mic stand right here I got out of the back of a car. It's like most of my setup I get out of the back of cars and shit, you know. I just happened to come across it, and it worked. It worked with this quadcast. This was in the back of that limousine. Yeah. Hey, Chop, you remember the, well, hell, he ain't back yet, but he remembers that old limousine. Whenever I set it up over there to get the wheels taken off, we popped, somebody said, hey, pop the trunk, and I popped the trunk, and this mic stand was in it. So, it worked out. I mean, perfect. You know, still using it to this day. The best mods are the free mods. Yep. Then I dug, like I said, I'm trying different things all the time, right? Like, for instance, this security camera deal, you know, doing a screen capture on that. And the other one's real clear, but this one, it just sucks ass. But what I would like to do, so this is something I'd really like to do, taking, let's see. Not right now. My wife almost went into labor. We thought she was Sunday night. And, yeah, so I'm kind of... They got me covered at work. It's just... It feels weird not working on a work day. But yeah, I'd like to get a PTZ camera. The outdoor one, though, because this is an inside one. This is an indoors one. I'd like to mount it to the top of a pole, you know, out here. And, oh, yeah, I'm back. Yeah. I like to mount it to the top of a pole. That way we can control and see and turn around and look all the way around. That would be cool as shit. But I got to get a new one because, you know, we can tell what happens when you get the old ones out. Look at how blurry that shit is. Oh, my God. When I've cleaned it, I don't know. The zoom is not working on that thing. You know, I can zoom within it, but obviously it's just I'm talking about the focus. The focus is bad on it. You know, I don't know why. It used to be a good camera. It's just I don't know. All those years, I guess, sitting, something stuck. Gotta love a freebie. That's right. Yeah, I'd like to get a hold of one of those outdoor PTZ cameras and stick it up on top of a pole, and that way we can, I don't know, one day when there's bad weather or something, we can watch that. You know, we can, just I can let Stream control the camera what they want to look at. You know, and just something along those lines. You know. It would be so cool too, man. So see, these are the ideas I always get. Let's see. Not born to work, bud. Do you? Oh yes, that is true. Yeah. Do you good to be off? I know, man. It is nice having family time when you're off, but you see, I got some ideas, man. If I had the money to back it up, it would be awesome. That's like I would like to do a tethered drone camera. You could fly it for as long as you want. You could take and run a cable. See, I've looked into this. You know, I've done like you can get this lightweight reel, and it'll run a power cable up and a video feed camera. That way you don't have no latency, and I can fly it up as high as I can go with it. You know, that it'll carry that line without the motors overheating, and it'd be a decent sized drone. But it would have a camera view, and I could kind of fly and kind of go a little ways out. Now, I don't want to go towards the lines, obviously, but yeah, I can kind of, we can get like an aerial view or something. That would be cool as hell, you know. Like if there's a storm going on, I could fly it out, and we can get up there close to the clouds. I think that would just be neat as hell. It'd probably lightning strike and kill everything as far as the drone and the lines and all that go, but it'd be worth it. Talk about the last view you get. Let's see. Just warped a parcel. Oh shit. Oh, just wrapped a parcel. My bad. I'm blind. Hell yeah. Got another sale. Got to send it out. But I don't know. Just shit like that I'd like to do. Yeah. Out of them drones, they get pretty big. Them ones you can get. I saw one down the road, man. That was crazy. This dude had it on a trailer. Yeah, a drone on a trailer. It had its own setup and everything, and it's meant to spray fields and shit. And that was a sight. I was like, I didn't even know they made them that freaking big. They do. I wouldn't need one that big, but decent enough to carry a line all the way up that carries video and power, to keep it flying pretty much indefinitely. That'd be cool. And like I said, if we do like storm watches and shit, that would be like, imagine working like pairing up with like Ryan Hall or somebody like that, and then they can access that camera and you can control it, right? I could have it to where you can control it, and we could watch the storms come in, and it would be up there in it. And I could keep it to where it'll try to stay as straight as possible, in place. Yep. It would have a bird's eye view of everything. Yeah, I still ain't got no bites on eBay. It'll happen eventually, I bet. You got a pretty large list of stuff on eBay, don't you? But you come to find out, hell, let me find your eBay. If you don't mind. I mean, I don't want to dox you or nothing, but let's see, eBay. Let's see. Like, what are you selling specifically? You know, and I could probably find it that way in the UK. Maybe not. Probably not. Most likely not. I don't know. Can you search a seller on here? I imagine so, right? Saved sellers. I imagine you can just look up somebody's, you know, a certain seller. Yeah. Let me type in chop. Chop chop. Nope. Nah, I don't think that's you. I made the snacks. Wait, hold up. I made. Oh, okay, I got you. If it's okay, I will not give it out. Yeah, I got you, dude. No, I agree. I'm not showing it on screen either. I got you. Yeah, we'll drop that. I do agree. Because trust me, we all get that. Yeah, they could fuck with you, though. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, no. Yeah, now I'm seeing it. That would be a very, very bad idea. Anyhow, welcome to the internet. Yep. Yeah, no, it's good, dude. I see, Chop. Uh-huh. So what you're saying is you need more accounts. I know I see a lot of channels do that too. You know, a lot of these large channels, they'll make a secondary account, and I understand why they're doing that. They're making parachutes in case something happens to the main channel, you know. They got something to fall back on. You know, which is crazy, man, because really when you think about it, they're like multiplying their income. Because those small channels, you know, you got these large, you know, they got millions of subs, you know, and when they create these small channels, they gain like 200 to 300 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers just like that, you know. And sometimes the small channels damn near outdo the main channels. And you got to think about that. They quite literally doubled their income, you know. Keep yours private. Oh yeah, that's what I did. Yep. Yep. No, I hadn't given out all that. But yeah, we'll see. Main problem is getting big on YouTube. That's like it's a challenge unless YouTube goes in and kind of like, you know, supports your shit. But other than that, no. You's on your own, and you got to think about how many people want to become a streamer and all that. You know, I'm kind of just in it. You know, it's not like I was super trying. You know, now I'm kind of trying. You know, I'm like, okay, well let's try to make the content a little better, and you know, try to help things out. Which right now OBS I'm still a noob at. You know, so. Again, I'm not too familiar with all the settings. I did figure out the whole, you know, I went, of course, when I say I figured out, I ended up searching it and finding it. The, how to do the vertical shit here, you know, but, yeah. Even then, it's kind of off. Eggs in one basket, yeah. Yep. Yep. Now, I'm not at the point of making second channels and third channels and whatnot, because that would absolutely go nowhere. So, but I imagine if we ever make it up to any kind of following, that'd be cool. I'd kind of like to do like what Asman and all them do. That shit looks fun, you know. Just being able to just surf the web all day, you know, just looking to get into weird shit, you know. That's like a what is that? Cinnamon Toast Ken and what's his name? He's cool. They watch them Chris Hansen shit, you know, and all that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They look like they have fun doing that. Because I imagine the only downside to machinery, I don't really see that many big channels when it comes to that. Like, there's a couple. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple, but it's the amount of shit. Like, I'm talking like as in money you got to put in equipment to keep that stuff interesting. Catamaran, I used to watch him. Let me see if I can find him real quick. I used to watch this guy all the time. Let's see where he's at. If I remember right, he started off. No, that's no, that's an actual boat. No, this guy's channel was close to that though. Trico. Let me do this. See if that helps. On your account, promote your listings by 5%. It will help. It's all a part of the game. Yeah. And they take what was it, like 5% of the sale? I remember seeing that. Let me get rid of that. Let me see here. It was an excavator restoration. It was something like that. This should find them. Diesel Creek. That was the guy I used to watch. But there was another guy, Cataran or something like that. I remember because Diesel Creek was the one I think that found this, right? There's Let's Dig there. I think he's about the biggest channel I know. Let me see. Yeah, see, he's got almost what 730,000 roughly. Let's see what he still does. See, he's changed his tactics up though a lot, I bet. See, he's going out doing jobs and whatnot. Yeah. I remember some of his oldest videos. Let's see. Let me find some of his old ones. Oldest. Yeah, see, like just doing jobs. I guess. Yeah, I guess it can go somewhere. So I remember he didn't have that many subs whenever I was way back watching him. I should still be subscribed unless YouTube didn't. No, they did some shit. I was subbed to him. That was way back when. I remember because he's the one that found that, where he restored that old abandoned one, I think. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he's been doing this forever, though. 16 years ago. Look how old these videos are, man. You don't realize just how old these videos are till you just go back to watching it. Holy shit, that was a long time ago. Pond excavator. If I remember right, Let's Dig is the one that saved that rental excavator out of a pond. Somebody went out there not knowing what they were doing and sunk that joker in the middle of a pond. Yeah, he's just done nothing but put out a shit ton of videos. Yeah, but he does videos. See, I do lives. See, I'm not sure how far lives will carry you. He's only done a couple of lives. Uh-oh. I made it mad. There we go. Popular. 27 million views. Holy shit. Yeah, long reach excavator dredging canal. And that's only a 4-minute video. Holy shit. So there's those end dump trailers. So if anybody's curious about how those trailers work that we load them cars into, it's kind of like that. Here comes the flood. Oh, he's draining the pond. Moving my childhood tree. They got this equipment down the road from me. They can dig it out. The guy does it for a living. He goes out and it'll dig the root and all out. It's the craziest looking contraption you ever seen. It's like a 4 spade setup, and it goes way below the root, you know, on the trees, and takes it out the ground. You can carry a whole tree and everything with you. And you can go, when you get to where you're, like, let's say you're going to move a tree to here, before you go to dig the tree out, you can take and dig the spot out, you know, it's just a big open hole there, you know, and it fits the shape of when you get the tree out, and then all you do is set the tree back in that hole, and it's planted, it's there, and it don't hurt nothing. Anyhow, let's see, I watch Project Shop Florida, Canadian Treasure Hunter, and they blog their working life. There's a lot out there. Yeah, mind you, your lives on the lives on the claw really got the subs. Yeah, they did. I think you're at 8.3 million views. Yeah, that's collectively though. I think my most popular stream I've done is 350,000 roughly, about 350,000 views. And I think that was that stream that we ended up actually hitting 3,500 viewers at one go, you know. And then it dropped down to like 28. Like I said, it's weird. You can watch the views go up and down all day. It's crazy. These right here, though, they never do well when I'm at home, you know. So it just never does well at all. We're at 1,003 views, but they're just popping in and out. But yeah, I don't know. I just wished I could change up the content from time to time, because it looks like he does a lot of stuff. Like I said, he does anywhere from, like, you know, retrieving old equipment, you know, and like I said, he's pretty much got it good on that, you know. He gets to run some new equipment and all that, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Me, it's kind of like the same, you know, same Traco and all that, but I would tell you, dude, if I could do some land clearing, it might not be good for content. It might be. I don't know. Using a Traco to knock trees over and move them and shit, you know, I find that awesome. But, you know, just seeing the land transform. I could have a camera running off like a time-lapse camera. For instance, the GoPro doing the time-lapse. And have that watching the land just transform as you go through, you know. While also running the live stream, you know, of actually doing it, you know. And that way the video could come out later, and then the live stream, you know, is obviously right then. I'd just love to do that. Yep. That would be my happy place right there. It's land clearing. Because we did a little bit of it. Y'all see it when I get to do it, you know, expanding out. I wish y'all could have seen all that I did along the side. That was awesome, because I got to knock over big-ass trees and all that, you know, and move them and put them in one spot. I think all y'all saw was when I was cleaning it up and getting all the holes patched and all that from the roots. One day, some YouTuber will tag you, and it will get loads more. That's what I'm hoping for one day. Yep. Yep. Like I said, I've gained a little bit of traction, man. 15,000. I'm actually super shocked on that. Need to do more shorts. Yeah, I know. I need to do more videos too. Problem is, I mean, just I don't know. Editing is not my specialty. That's why lives are just that much easier. You just go live, and that's it. You know. I gotta. I mean, hell. Do you edit with OBS? I didn't see nothing for that. I think it's just live stream type shit. I'll see if I can find a good editing software. I'm gonna start looking and doing some research. And cause yeah, I got the freaking computer. I'm looking at the. See what I mean? I'm a noob. I'm 100% a certified noob when it comes to this stuff. Cause I was editing on the phone and it is not fun editing a video on the phone. Anyhow, I got a freaking computer I'm looking at right now, and I could do that on that. And I think it would be a lot easier on this. Probably a lot more complicated though, but definitely easier. So I can start taking my live streams, taking out the highlights of the live stream, like whenever I smack trailers and shit like that. You know, like when I can do a car capping compilation. I just gotta dig through all the cars that I've done, which is a lot. Anyhow, we could do a car capping convertible. We'll do a convertible compilation or something like that. See, the gears are turning. It's there. Yep. But yeah. Oh, yeah, and the shorts, yeah, they'll get out there a little bit further. Like I said, I was shocked when my neighbor found, or my neighbor, at where my work is, the neighbor there found our videos and recognized, you know, hey, this is, I know where this is, you know. And he flagged me down and we talked. Yep. I don't know. We'll see. So that's like, you know, I've been down off of the machine for over a week now as far as streaming goes. I've been working. Like I said, we did all that work. It's just I didn't have no signal there to go live. And I wish I would have run the camera, but again, there's probably not enough, you know, SD card in the world to handle a whole 8 hours worth of, you know, crushing. Not to mention some of the stuff I was having to do, you know, just, you know, I'd have to edit all that shit out. But anyhow, you know, because there's sometimes it gets just messy, you know, and hell, the window's just completely blocked up and I can't get out every 2 seconds to clean the window, you know, and the windshield wipers, they don't work. They don't work worth a damn. They stick up. How did the video do when you changed the bike engine? Let's find out. Oh, I'm on YouTube. What am I doing? Let me do this. View channel. Excuse me. I changed the engine. Oh, you talking about the mini bike when I took the engine out of that, or that was a live stream, wasn't it? Was that a live stream? See, I think my most popular video itself would be the Walmart bike. No, the M200. So the Axis M200 is more like an advertisement, I guess, for them. It had 25,000 views, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot. The KLR, the Walmart Special, I called it, is it was sitting around 11,000 views. But the M200, the mini bike content did pretty decent as far as you know, traction goes on videos. Now shorts, let's see. My funny shorts were always the big ones. No, the M200 again. M200 had 22,000 views. And then of course the things people build, you know, that one. I had something going on with that too, you know. On today's episode, how fucked up is fucked up. That's fucked up. Yeah. So it was live. Let me see how. Let me see if I can find that. That's gonna be tricky. Let's see, because that was actually a pretty long time ago. It wasn't that long of a live, I don't think. Oh my god, I was wearing that Dork. Remember I was wearing that skull mask, you know, doing them lives. They got a whole whopping 17 views and 22 views. Okay. Alright, so Hillbilly Hangout. I remember those. We was trying to start that up. Damn, that was 7 months ago. Time flies, doesn't it? We got a whole whopping 44 views out of that. Anyone asked you to promote stuff? No, I hadn't got nothing on that yet. As far as which, again, I'm very strict on this. I will only do that shit in the very beginning or very end. And on top of that, I'm not entirely sure how that works live streaming. You know? It would have to be, I'd have to have a video build up, I guess. You know, start editing out my stuff and posting videos. Because I think all that works on is videos. Live streams, I've never seen a live stream with it. It's always the video after the live stream. They'll post the live stream on the video. That's what I mean to say. Let me see, where's that video at? Nope. 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 You know, I remember that live stream, I just can't find it. Probably had an off-the-wall, kind of weird thumbnail that had nothing that pertained to it. Sometimes I get in the cab and I'm in a hurry. You know, I'll just snap a picture of what's in front of me. But in this case, it would have been probably this, maybe. Happy Father's Day. That was a Father's Day stream. Which got a whole... It actually did pretty good. 705. Those live weather watches I did. Look, they were 12 hours long. Car crush. That's when we was following the crusher down the road. Oh, Operation Save Broken Ford. I had to run a wrecker all the way down to Mississippi, man. And had to pick up a 550 with a heavy ass bed with a load on it. By the way, if you squint, it's mint. You know, it was sketchy as shit the whole time. Because we just put this set of tires on the wrecker, and they were knobbies on the back. You know, so we didn't get stuck much. But the problem with knobbies on a semi wreck or anything, when you get weight on it, it walks a lot. You know, it just sucks. That's when we drove the car around the yard. This is when I put the ambulance box on the truck. That was the first time I started going on camera, like, with my face. So that's yep, right here. Okay, where's the stream where I was taking that shit apart? See, this is getting pretty recent. So, see, I started playing around with the different memes for a thumbnail, you know. And really, I'm gonna say that's when it started getting kind of popular. I started changing up the thumbnails to something interesting, like, for instance, Buzz and Woody, cool cars everywhere, and then I found they're evolving. But wait, there's more, because I had these two saved, the Buzz and Woody meme where it says cool cars everywhere, and then when I go to lunch and come back, I would put this thumbnail. But wait, there's more after lunch. That was the plan, at least. And there's that weird ass Buzz and Woody I found. That shit looks weird as hell. I like that though. That's pretty cool. Yeah. No, I can't find that stream. I don't know why. Interesting. But let me see here. Let's go to popular. Let's see. Let's see. Gotta start somewhere. Would need a trailer. Oh, yeah. Like a intro type. Yeah. See, with streaming software, you can do that. Because I tried that. Like I said, I got a video on here. You can see where I was playing with that. It was I used one free thing. But I got to find something for PC. Because I got some shit for PC that's a lot better than the phone. Let me see here. Where was it? Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. All right. I'm gonna toss this up on screen real quick. Oh, my bad. So I need to do an intro to where it's like of the content, you know. So we'll do this. I'll do this. And then we'll do this. Booyah. Booyah. Now, it's probably going to freak out, but here it is. So this was me playing around with some software, you know, on the phone to edit. And this was for this video here. It just, yeah. Oh, it's fixing to freak out for y'all, so sorry about that. I'll stop that immediately because I don't want to hurt y'all's shit, so. Booyah. Alright, now we're back to the way it was. Anyhow, so yeah, I did stuff like that, but it didn't work out too well. Well, I mean, I tried. Like I said, this is whenever I was doing all the motorcycle type stuff, so. Weird video sell. You need to crush stuff with the bucket like toys or some shit as a short. Yeah. That's like when I change it up. Sometimes I'll change it up and it'll just be something moving all the time, you know. And like for instance, when I did the backhoe work, that was different, you know, and everybody liked that. Yeah, see, YouTube's freaking out. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to. I'll take it easy, I promise. I won't do it again. Poor thing. Oh my god, it's yeah, okay, I won't do it again, YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, let's see, have you watched Adventures Made from Scratch? Crush's stuff did a Tonka Toy Kid Strike. Dude, I saw a real life it was a little, you know, the little Tyke strikes, those big plastic ones, you know, red and yellow and all that. Somebody put a Hemi on one. Now, what I mean by Hemi, they made a complete, you know, it was like a, you know, a real life, you know, full-sized, you know, made out of metal, obviously. But they had a Hemi on the back. That shit was cool. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we gotta change up the content. And I gotta start going through these lives and start pulling out some interesting parts, you know, and get that into the editing software and actually make videos. I think that's where we'll start picking up in that aspect of things. Yeah, you're right on that. And of course, pull shorts from that. Yeah, I really got to start using my channel to its fullest, you know, capability instead of just one part. But again, right now I got time, so it's no problem. It's just, you know, when you're at work all day, come home, you know, sometimes when we're out on jobs like that, you know, you really ain't got the time. Because it's like you get home, you know, it's like, you know, hey, you know, family, as much time as much as you can, and then it's, you know, off to bed and off to the races again. Yep. So yeah, I gotta start trying to figure something out. I know they got editors on here. I just don't know how much they charge. You know. But that would be interesting if I could find an editor, you know, to push all this stuff to, and then they can go through and make it, you know, cool. Because I know a good editor can really make a channel work. But that's what they do for a living. But I ain't in that position right now, so. Yeah. Start looking up, you know what, we can ask AI. How about that? Let's see. Copilot. Let me try that out. Where you at, Copilot? That's that new AI thing. A montage of clips would be good. Yeah, it would. Yeah, we're gonna ask AI as soon as it loads. Poor thing. Did it go on this side? No. Yeah, I got a camera on that snake, seeing if I can catch him feeding. Make sure he's gonna feed on that frog. I'm about to take that frog out of there. Let's see. Come on, Copilot, where you at? The Claw's biggest hits. Top 10 crush, yeah. Do a oopsie daisy part, yeah. Well, Copilot's not working, so how about 1-800 Google that shit? Alright, let's see. See, it's like shit I say like that. 1-800 Google that shit, you know? That could be a t-shirt, you know? There we go. See, I'm curious about the editing software that comes with Windows. How well that would work. Guess they don't do that no more. Guess you gotta download something. Yep. That's what it's looking like. Yep. Let's see. Crush is like 2 cabs in 1 bundle. Yeah. Hey, 2 cars, 1 bale. Anybody? 2 cars, 1 bale. Boy, that was a traumatizing video for all. Scarred the internet for life. And then I messed up and saw that it come across YouTube. It was actually the backstory on that, and they actually went in depth, you know, talking about one of the like oldest videos to scar everybody like who's been on the internet, you know. And come to find out, because there was always rumors. Remember, they were paid. You know, they were paid $1 million. You know, everybody was saying they was paid millions of dollars, you know, to do it. You know, no, that was purely pleasure. There is actually a thing about people doing that, and that's very disturbing to know that people enjoy doing that. Because I was even sitting there thinking, for $1 million, there's no fucking way. There's no way. You know? There's just no freaking way. And yet, that happened. when you think about it, it's that traumatizing. It brings it back some yeah. Ugh. Put a teddy in a seatbelt, crush the yeah. It'll be on YouTube somewhere how to edit. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do my research when I get off of here. Yep. Like I said, I'll see what I can do, and you'll probably see a video posted, and I'll do the first one. I still gotta do something for the members too, man. So I'll do 2 of them. I'll probably do the greatest, and I'll take it off of members and put it on real, video so everybody can see it, after a while. But I gotta start treating that like it is, because it sucks that they're paying, and I'm not really putting out my part on as far as like putting these specialized videos together. So I gotta start doing better there too. I mean, I think right now I got 3 members, but I think it's down to certified right now, and it's not fair to him really, So yeah, yeah, you're right, Chop. I'm gonna start looking into that. Oh shit, that splinter. Ow, that hurt. Anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna look into it and see what we can come up with. But Chop, man, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Your evening, and hope dinner is good. And you might see a video tonight before you go to bed, and we'll go from there. Oh, I got a message. I'll find out what that's about. But we'll see. But take it easy, Chop. It's nice talking to you, dude. I know it's gonna take a minute for you to actually hear that. I know there is a big delay. I gotta fix all that too. Let's see. Good luck with the wife. Yeah, man, we're gonna need it. She's been cramping it here and there, man. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's just gonna happen. And I don't want to be in Memphis when it happens. But anyhow, y'all have a good day. And like I said, if I figure out this whole streaming software deal, this editing, I'll try to get an edited video up, and we'll see if I can pull some stunts like that. But man, y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.